I finally get to unwind and have a nice meal to myself.
Hunter! Don't eat that meat!
Why?
That's not any old steak! That's human flesh!
How did that even happen? How did we get human flesh in this house?
I bought it from China!
Oh my God, China! Oh, Winslow, I can't believe you brought human flesh into this house!
Oh, I'm sorry, Hunter!
But my God, Winslow, you got me thinking something. What does human flesh taste like? And more importantly, what do I taste like? Surely there's an easy way to find out. Oh, God! Hamburgers and fries? That's not gonna do. Damn it. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Today we're gonna be talking about cannibalism, essentially. But more importantly, what does human flesh taste like? A question as old as time. I mean, since the beginning of time, people have been eating each other. What do they say it tastes like? I'm curious. I'm sure everybody else is curious too.
Chicken? It tastes like chicken.
They do say that like every piece of meat does taste like chicken, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously people need to eat. Who doesn't? But is it also just an obscure, weird curiosity? Tasting the devil's fruit? Tasting what you possibly can have? I think so. And today we're gonna dive deep, deep down the rabbit hole and see what exactly it tastes like.
Okay.
80 to 90% of the human taste is from smell. So hell, maybe the smell of a burning human skin could tell you what it tastes like, huh? Possibly. I don't know. I've never smelled a burning body. I haven't. I said that very suspiciously, but I have not actually. Firefighters and other emergency workers have been cited as saying the smell of charred flesh is nauseating and sweet, putrid and sticky, something like leather being tanned over a flame. While those present during a cremation have stated that it smells like burnt pork. Who hasn't burnt a pork chop, dude? We've all been to our own cremation, technically. Others have stated that the muscle tissue smells of beef in a frying pan. Who knows, right? We're getting all kinds of different sources, which granted, I'm sure a cremation is probably different than a firefighter going in and watching a mother and child burn in a building, but who knows? We really don't know our own selves.
What is this, Bill Nye? Stop spitting facts out of your ass and say something funny.
Okay, God, fine, dude. Jesus Christ, Winslow. Fucking dick. Well, let me tell you this, Winslow. One of the most common forms of cannibalism is that of ritualistic nature. The Aztecs, which are known for their brutal sacrifices, would also consume the flesh of their prisoners of war, which that actually looks really good. The image we have up right here, I will say, that makes it look very tasty. And also the guy in the pot looks like he's having a good time. He's got some leaves in there, some seasoning or something. I don't know. I would love to smell that. Motherfucker looks like he smells sweet. I like that. But according to Spanish sources, the sacrifice would go as the following. Remove the heart, the head, and flay the offering. Then old men called Quaquaqualton would put poles through the body, then would take the body to a ritualistic meeting spot. Here, members of the tribe would cook and feast upon the flesh. I mean, we didn't really have to break that down to three. I mean, it's just they fucking cut up the body, they cook it, and they take it to a dining table. Much like everybody else, which is cool. But this is pretty sweet. The art of this is pretty tight. But, I will say, the most knowledge we have of ritualistic cannibalism comes from New Guinea and Fiji. The last recorded incident of cannibalism in Fiji was in the 1860s with the death of a missionary, Reverend Thomas Baker, which recently even, an apology letter was written by Fijian cannibal descendants apologizing to Reverend Baker's descendants and gave whale teeth and returned his Bible and comb. Whale teeth, a Bible, and comb. Not a bad letter to get in the mail, let me tell you that much. Fijians were said to eat the flesh of their enemies as an insult, which is just kind of the ultimate fuck you if you think about it. You kill somebody and then you're just like, fuck you, I'm gonna eat you as well. That's pretty fucking brutal. The process of this was often started while the victims were alive. Fijian chief Ratu Udre was said to have consumed 872 to 999 people in his lifetime. Which I just gotta say, why not just say 1,000?
That's what
I mean, like, why not just be like, it's about 1,000. Just say about 1,000. But really, the only evidence we have of this is by stones he placed on a pathway. One for every victim. His son claims that there are over 200, while a missionary counted 872 with gaps that could have made up to about 300. It's a lot of human souls to fucking eat, dude. That sounds pretty brutal. Even I don't give a f what kind of ritual or whatever it is. To just eat 1,000 people over the course of your lifetime is similar. I wonder if it's like a similar thing to where it's like if you had sex with over 1,000 partners. leftovers. You get to hold it over your head like that? Is it that much of a trophy? I would hope so. Ratu was a prolific eater, and from his descendants, said he would eat humans and reheat the leftovers and allow nobody else to consume his human flesh. He would eat little besides human, though when he got meat like turtle or pigs, he would allow his family the leftovers. How nice, dude. I like how the delicacy's there is he's just like, oh damn, we're having turtle tonight? Fuck! All right, you guys can have the fucking toes and the cankles, dude. I'm gonna feast on this pig and turtle. Christmas only comes once a year, goddamn. Which even New Guinea cannibals say that human tastes similar to pig, and man and woman taste the same, which I don't believe. I don't think they're telling the full truth there, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know if that's ignorant of me, but I'd like to think that men taste a whole the hell lot sweeter than women. That's why all my male viewers right now just know that if we're put on a desert island, I will fucking eat you. And it'll taste good. I'll be very excited about it. Cannibalism in some parts is so prevalent that they live in tree houses to keep from being killed and eaten. My God, you have to live up in the goddamn tree so you don't get eaten. Eating someone is also a form of punishment. If you steal, you're burned over a fire and then you get eaten. Oh, isn't that nice?
Yep.
Which they also believe in a thing called kakuas, which are like demons disguised as family or friends. And if they believe that you are a kakua or a demon, they will just straight up fucking eat you. Because maybe they think that you're gonna eat them first, which was a pretty weird, it's like a Salem's witch trial kind of thing. But you know what? I kind of respect it. A little bit of salt, standing in your doorway with a nice fork, salt and pepper. Goddamn kakua. Which the modern day Aghori tribe are a society that practices cannibalism to this day. In India, the Aghori believe that since their god lives within them, that nothing they do can be considered unclean. Uh-oh. The Aghori will participate in vile acts that are considered defilement as a testament to this. And the Aghori cover themselves in the cremated ashes of the dead, drink their own urine, eat rotten meat, and sleep in catacombs. They eat human flesh as well as their own feces. Poo-poo. Yucky. Unlike other tribes, they neither eat the living nor kill for their meat, but eat the meat of those brought to the cremation grounds. Oh. I think they're outside. I don't think I'm gonna answer the door this time. I'm pretty sure that this was actually
kind of presented as a cremation ground at one time.
So I think we're gonna leave the door shut, okay, Winslow?
Okay.
All right.
See?
I'll let him in later, I promise. For the YouTube content. And even to just bring it into a little more, I guess, modern times or a little into American culture or just, I don't know. I'm just gonna count this as a ritualistic thing, is placenta Fiji. Basically, white bitches eating placentas. It's fucking insane how common this is. Is to consume the placenta after giving birth. Oh, God. In modern age, many women have their placenta steamed, dehydrated, and pulverized into a powder, then encapsulated and take their own placenta via pills, dude. Fucking Flintstone gummies. It's a little extra iron, right? Nope, that's just afterbirth. Generally, it's not recommended by physicians as it could be a source of bacteria that can infect the baby via breast milk. People use it basically like to cut it up, throw it on a goddamn pizza, like pepperoni, or like mix it in with a bolognese sauce. It tastes like beef. It's pretty much what people say. The placenta that shoots out your pussy tastes like beef, all right? So gross, dude. But you know, not everything is just ritualistic in nature. Sometimes people have to survive. Cannibalism for survival is a very interesting thing. The amount of people that have been put in a situation where the only means of survival is to eat other human beings. It happens. Hell, I've been in a couple situations like that. I haven't. I don't know why I lied. Like, for instance, the Donner Party in the winter of 1846, which I feel like a lot of people have heard of the Donner Party, but if you haven't heard of it or you don't remember, let me fill you back in. The Donner Party were pioneers migrating to California from the Midwest, and they became snowbound in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. The party attempted to take a shortcut through a mountain range against all advice and were trapped in snow over 12 feet deep. God, dude. Oh, I just gotta take a shortcut. Holy f***, God, dude. 87 people to enter the Wasatch Mountains at the start of the journey, but only 38 people survived. They started with 23 ox-driven wagons, and the oxes starved and were eaten. Of all the animals sent, only 2 donkeys survived. Dude, I have 2 donkeys of my own, and I would not eat them. I would eat my wife, or I'd have my wife eat me before I gave up my goddamn donkeys. I can tell you that right now. The denial that cannibalism occurred was a common theme among many of the members of the party. It wasn't until deathbeds that living people admitted to a lot of what happened publicly, all right? A lot of people were just kind of like, they're kind of bummed out that they had to eat somebody, and it really wasn't until they were like, well, I'm already on my way out, so yeah, I fucking ate some people. What am I supposed to do, dude? They said that they boiled and ate shoe leather and ox hides insides. They boiled bones until they were brittle, and the remnants of the former made a gelatinous and unpalatable mess. My God. Don't people just call that bone broth now? I feel like it's just bone broth. I feel like they're pioneers for bone broth as well. Someone's at the door. All right, goddamn, I'm coming. God, every time I'm sitting there and I'm gonna have to eat. Jesus Christ, God.
Hello.
Who are you?
We are the Donner Party.
No way! Oh my God, I was just talking about you guys. What are you guys doing here?
We are lost. We're looking for California.
Oh my God, dude, you were way off. Like, holy shit, you have no. Yeah, no, you're like, you gotta go back down the road and just keep walking, I guess. Well, dude, while I have you guys here, can you come in and tell them what human flesh tastes like? I know you guys ate a couple people. It's not a big deal. I'm not gonna judge, all right? But can you come in and tell them?
We don't know what you are talking about. We never had human flesh before.
I literally had. Do you want me to pull out? I have your exact words of what it is.
No. Don't do that.
I'm just gonna pull it up.
Don't do that, please. No.
No, I'm gonna pull it up. You said, and this I quote, flesh is not very palatable except to the starving. And human flesh, especially when dieting on relations, like your fucking like wife or your kids or something, you psychopath, it's hard to distinguish from venison. So basically you're saying, you know, that when you're starving, it tastes just like venison. Is that not what that means, right? I mean, that's gotta be what it means.
Well, if we did say that, then yes, that would be true, but we did not say that, even though I'm sure it's true. We are very cold and hungry. May we come in?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, kind sir. Thank you.
Yeah. God damn it. Is that a plane falling from the sky? God! Are you guys okay?
Oh, we are fine.
Okay. What do you guys want?
Can we use your phone?
Yeah, I guess. Feel free to come on in.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Yep, just back there.
Thank you.
That's the rugby team that ate people too. My house is full of cannibals. This is oddly convenient. Let me tell you about them. Okay. If you guys haven't heard about the rugby team, it's actually pretty fucking awesome. The Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571. They crashed in the Andes Mountains in 1972, and out of 45 passengers, only 16 people survived. Over the course of 72 days, they faced cold exposure, starvation, and fucking avalanches. Within a week, the survivors ran out of food and eventually resorted to cannibalism. They ate the pilot and the co-pilot first because they didn't know them. Which, you know, to be fair, that makes a lot of sense. I don't blame them for that at all because I would hate to eat just immediately my friend when I had plenty of options before. I'd rather at least get through all the bite size or, you know, get through all of the people where I'm like, I've never seen your face before in my life until today, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to eat you first. And the rest were eaten of the dying who had agreed to be consumed if they died first. Pretty fucking selfless. There's actually a great movie called, I don't know, I'll throw it just came out on Netflix recently. It was really fucking good. Very, very good, actually. Very tragic. The plane crash scene is insane. Brutal. Using a piece of broken glass, the survivors cut up the dead bodies to prepare for consumption. They dried the meat from the bodies in the sun to make it easier to eat. And at first, they were so disgusted by the experience that they could only eat the skin, muscle, and fat. But in the end, they also ate hearts, lungs, and even brains. Which some of the quotes they had are pretty crazy too. I mean, hunger overcomes any religion or thought or moral thing you can think of. The stomach pain that comes from not eating anything is unbearable. And that's when we realized that everyone was simultaneously starting to arrive at the same idea. I mean, having to sit there and be like in so much pain and so much fatigue, and everybody at the same time realizes like, oh, we're gonna have to actually eat some of these people. I feel like it'd be very hard pressed to find people that could do that. I mean, in survival, I feel like anything can happen, but to muster up the actual gall to do that to survive is pretty crazy. I know my fat ass would be like, I'm picky. I can't. Are you sure there's no Cocoa Pebbles left? Come on, guys, what the f? And one thing that was kind of interesting, because we've had people say that it tastes like pork, it tastes like beef, it tastes like, you know, it tastes sweet. One person said, eating human flesh doesn't taste like anything really. Said by Carlitos Paez. Kind of crazy to say that it doesn't taste like anything. Which, to be fair, who knows? It could have been. I thought about that and I wondered if how much of that's like, you're like just mentally fucking numb from the whole experience maybe? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're in utter shock. There's some people who did refuse to eat, like a woman who refused to eat died 60 days in.
She only had 12 days.
Yeah, kind of crazy. They were there for 72 days. How up is that? Not even 2 weeks later they get safe. That is insane. All because you could have eaten a cankle.
Could you imagine if she died on day 71?
Oh my God, that would be even worse. If they died on day 71, or she died on day 71, that'd be even a Catholic priest said they wouldn't go to hell if they ate the people. So at least they had some kind of religious, like, I guess get out of jail card. I mean, because that's what they're thinking is, you know, 1972, they're just like, we're gonna burn in hell. They're like, there's no way God's cool with this. And the priest is just like, God, just cook it. Jesus says it's fine, my God.
Oh, Hunter, you're so stiff.
Who the hell are you? Hey, why do people keep coming in my house? God damn, dude, fuck. Oh, God. Albert Fish, Jesus Christ, you're like the worst serial killer ever. God damn it. No more cannibals in here, okay? I know that I'm talking about cannibals, but seriously, no more cannibals, dude, come on.
I want to read you a letter, Hunter.
Oh, God. For people that don't know, Albert Fish is one of the... No, please, let me talk. Albert Fish is like one of the grossest, most fucking depraved serial killers, cannibals, child, you know, So I just want to say, if he's going to read this thing, I just want to say viewer discretion advised, because it gets fucking grimy.
This is to Grace's mother.
Which also, he's saying to Grace, his mother. I mean, he kidnapped a young girl named Grace. It's just go ahead.
On June 3rd, 1928, I called on you at 406 West 15th Street and brought you pot cheese and strawberries. We had lunch. Grace sat on my lap and I took her to an empty house in Westchester. Then I hid in the closet until she was in the room. When she began to try to I grew and she said she would tell her mama how she did. Alright. Then so I could take her into my room. How sweet and tender her little. It took me 9 days to eat her entire body.
We're talking about what does human flesh taste like, not how you fucking kidnapped and ate a girl. God, you didn't even say what she tasted like. It feels so wrong. Oh, God.
Holy fuck! That guy's sick!
Yeah, you know what? That was a cool letter. Thanks for sharing. Winslow, kill him.
Right?
Thank God. Good job, Winslow.
No problem.
Oh, Winslow, I don't care if this is human flesh or not. I'm hungry. People keep coming into my house. I just want to eat my dinner in peace. I don't care if it's human flesh or not. I just need to eat it, man. Oh, God, who are you?
Issei Sagawa desu.
Oh, God, Issei Sagawa. We've already done a video on you, dude. Issei Sagawa, for people that don't know, is a Japanese serial killer, ate somebody, he even made a comic. We did a whole video about it because what's crazy about this guy, for people that don't know, is never went to prison. His dad was rich lawyer guy or whatever, and he was able to just, like, go to a mental asylum instead of serving time in prison. I mean, what? Are you gonna talk about how your victims taste?
彼女のお尻は甘くて美味しかった。誘惑が強すぎた。彼女のジューシーなお尻に噛みつきたかった。
You know, thank God that there's subtitles because I would not know what the hell you're saying.
ああ、これは何ですか？ちょっと食べてもいいですか？
This is my dinner. Stop.
これを解放して
Get off!
この怪物
Come on! Don't go! Come back down here! You know what? I don't even care. It's whatever. God, dude. Oh yeah. For some of the people also who do stuff for cannibalistic, selfish reasons, right? People who derive pleasure out of the cannibalistic nature, it's not always serial killers. A good example of this is Mao Sugiyama, who had his genitals removed and served them to 5 guests that paid 160 euros a piece. That is extremely cheap. To remove your genitals and you only charge $160, we fucking paid more at the Gordon Ramsay restaurant in Vegas, dude. That's fucking crazy. Initially, he wanted to eat his own penis. You know, who doesn't, right? I look down at my little cock all the time and I think the exact same thing. Looks like a little corn dog. Very appetizing at times. But decided to serve them up himself, using the supervision of a chef. And he tweeted an invitation for the meal for 800 euro, but decided to split the meal between 6 guests. And quote, he said, oh, God, no, come on in. Go ahead and say it yourself, dude. Jesus.
Hello, I am offering my male genitals, full penis, the scrot, as a meal for 100,000 yen, 800 euro. I am Japanese.
I like how he clarified that he's Japanese at the end. You know, you're funny, dude. He's got a kind of a crazy outfit. I don't know. Which, you know.
I was charged with indecent exposure for this, but...
I'm not gonna lie, the last couple guests we've had in this house have been fucking excruciating.
Would you like to see images of my of the meal?
Okay, we can't show them. I'll just go ahead and tell you what the images are like. Images of the meal included scrotum, penis, and a sliced testicle, served with a garnish of a button mushroom, which is kind of funny. That's kind of cute. Little mushroom stamp, right?
Did you know I went on a month-long sex binge beforehand to make sure that I wouldn't regret it, I guess?
I feel like if you were willing to cut off your to begin with, you probably weren't getting much to begin with, dude.
Well, how wrong you were.
Which I heard from a little fairy, or, I don't know, what's that? Which I heard one of your guests at the event said this. He said, the penis root was hard and rubbery, almost bending his fork. He spit out after a few chews and could only taste the red wine it was served in. You can't even taste the... That has to be insane that you didn't even get to taste the... Supposedly the scrotum was even chewier, but had no flavor. No comment was made about the 3 millimeter of pubic hair it included. Oh my God. There was just a bundle of hair. Good Lord. And the testicles were hard on the outside and chewy and gluttonous on the inside with a fishy, gamey taste. A friend accompanying him, stop trying to... You ate your own dick. Stop trying to eat my steak. Stop. God, dude. A friend accompanying him asked for a taste of the penis and later on admitted he felt bad for eating it and regretted trying it. Which the chef made some suggestions to the dish. He said the penis was tough meat that needed to be marinated in milk and sous vide cooked or gently braised. Doing so would make it spoon soft. I don't know if I'd ever eat a penis that was spoon soft. Give it to me hard, dude. The testicles needed to be cleaned, washed, and membrane removed and gently cooked to retain their soft, creamy texture. And the chef, who has probably the best quote of the day, said, quote, "What a waste of a perfectly good penis." Why? Why would you do this?
I never felt comfortable in my male physiology, so I had my genitals removed. But the surgery was so expensive that I figured I'd get back some of the money by throwing the event.
I like how he sounds like that.
My penis was 6.3 inches fully erect, by the way. So well above average.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. My God. And there's also a Reddit post here that we'll say, just to have a nice Reddit post, that was titled Taco Feed, which is fucking crazy. In 2018, a user by the name of Incredibly Shiny Shart had a foot amputated after a motorcycle wreck. His foot couldn't be salvaged, but would never be usable, so he elected to have it amputated. He kept it and made tacos out of it. Oh my God. Said he tasted like buffalo meat, chewy with low fat. Oh. God, dude, you know what? I've lost my appetite. You know what? Just get out of here. Ugh, I don't care. I don't care if this is human flesh. I don't care if it's not. I'm not eating it. This whole thing has made me lose my appetite. Me, of all people. The fattest man in the room. I'm tossing it. God, completely ruined my appetite. Son of a bitch, man. All right, Winslow, I'm throwing this outside, man. Hey, whoa, wait. What the hell's going on? Just have this. You don't need me. Come on, right?
It's better fresh.
Fresh is best.
No! Winslow!
Oh, you're Thunder! They're gonna eat you, all right? It was nice knowing you, pal. Die! Fucking kill him! Got him!
It's so painfully upset. God, come on, man.
It is the holiday season. We got Thanksgiving. We got Christmas. We got Hanukkah coming up. I don't celebrate the last one, but it's still there. And what do all of these things have in common?
Well, how the f should I know?
Big holiday meals with families, right? And it's always the same. It's always so boring. Turkey, ham, mashed potatoes. So we devised a challenge today. We got some of the most cursed meal items ever, and we are trying to construct the most vile, most apprehensive, most disgusting meal for your holiday seasons. And we're doing it in a tournament bracket format because it's kind of fun.
So to explain some of these, game one, we have a king hand versus virgin boy eggs. We had to look up what a lot of this shit was, so let me explain what virgin boy eggs are.
The key to these eggs is the urine of young boys under 10. Young boys' urine is collected in schools and markets around the city in buckets placed by their street vendors. Eggs are boiled until the urine... Eggs are boiled in the urine until hard. The eggs are then cracked and continue to boil for several hours to let the urine soak into the egg. The golden egg smells strongly of urine, but the taste has been described as delicate, salty, and addictive. So it's little Asian boy piss inside of an egg. That's so disgusting. I literally thought that was a jalapeno with cheese inside of it. That is fucked. Let me see what the king hand is. So the king hand is from a popular Twitter post. Someone said, I had a dream where there was a food called king hand, a hollow handmade of M&M cookies filled with Greek salad. I could not stop thinking about it. Here's the accumulation of work and effort. That is fucking disgusting also. And like I said, the objective here isn't to be like, which one would you eat? It's about which one would you not eat. The objective is to make the most fucked holiday season dinner that maybe you can replicate at home. Oh man. You know, I mean, like, at the end of the day, the king hand is part cookie. The virgin boy egg is just piss egg. I think that it's very clearly gonna have to go to virgin boy eggs. I also hate the fucking name virgin boy eggs, dude. But I will say the king hand, that is just a cursed fucking combination of like cold salad with cookie. It's just, I think it's supposed to be a play on like sweet and savory. That is just absolutely terrible. But I think all in all, I would eat the king hand over virgin boy eggs, so I have to give it to virgin boy eggs. All right, next one. A ballot. Oh my God. What the fuck is that? And then chicken feet meatballs. Oh my God. These both look fucking terrible. Let's look into what a ballot is. Which a ballot, it's from the Philippines. The mallard ducks are incubated for 2 to 3 weeks, boiled inside, and then served from the shell. The warm, gooey, gamey liquid is referred to as the soup of the duck. How do you eat it? The amniotic fluid is drunk straight from the shell and the yolk, as well as the duck embryo, and then eaten straight from the shell, the bones and the beak still being soft enough to be eaten. Here's a fun fact. A common street food in the Philippines, it is considered a known aphrodisiac and hangover cure. Interesting. That sounds terrible. It's essentially boiled duck. I mean, look at that. Oh my God, so that is a duck. I was kind of like looking, I thought it was like bugs at first. So the beak and everything is so soft that you just drink it straight. It's a little shot glass. It's an egg shot glass with boiled duck. I'm gonna go on a limb and just kind of say I know what chicken feet meatballs are, which is, it just looks like, I mean, just chicken feet and meat. Is that all it is? Chicken feet and meatballs, which is also pretty fucking disgusting. The hangover cure part makes it seem very interesting. I honestly wonder if the ballot is as bad. Because also you take it down, I mean, the chicken feet meatballs is gonna be crunchy. Also, look at the fucking meat. Is that meat around them? What kind of meat is that? Those look like Brazilian nuts. So those aren't Brazilian nuts. That's ground beef. Oh my God. This is hard. I really don't want to do a shot of a basically fully formed duck embryo, but at the same time, the crunch, like I'm thinking about sitting there with the chicken feet meatball, chewing into that. Oh, God. Oddly enough, the chicken feet meatball is kind of skewing to become the winner right now. I mean, I'm zooming in on this now. Jesus fuck. That is honestly so rancid. It looks like a testicle where it's just like a baby crawling out of a testicle. That is, oh my God, that is horrible. The zoom in on the ballot doesn't seem much better either, but at least at the same time it feels, I mean, I'm just thinking in terms of texture. I think it'd be smoother. The chicken feet meatballs has got to be the winner. That is disgusting. That picture is fucked. That is horrible. All right, Rocky Mountain oysters versus Mountain Dew deviled eggs, which Rocky Mountain oysters, those are just balls. I think they're bull balls. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like them. I think I've had them once, actually. It was okay. Mountain Dew deviled eggs, honestly, doesn't sound that bad either. Mountain Dew deviled eggs, they kind of are pretty too, aren't they? That's the thing with Rocky Mountain oysters too, is they can be deep fried. I mean, which one would be less appealing on a plate? I think it would be the Mountain Dew deviled eggs. If you deep fry a Rocky Mountain, you will not know that it's a testicle. So I think you gotta go with the Mountain Dew eggs, just in terms of the chaos of your plate. Because now we also have to think about, a big part of this too is thinking about the aesthetic of your plate, right? Something to think about there, but I think the deviled eggs has got to take, it takes the cake on this one for sure. And everybody else is like, oh my God, it's a ball, it's a testicle. Dude, don't knock it before you try it, bitch. Here we go. Boom.
Nacho Cheerios or Casu Marzu. Casu Marzu, for people that don't know, is a type of cheese that they put flies in. The flies lay larvae into the cheese. From there, it's able to ferment. It's illegal in most countries. And honestly, if I was drunk enough, I could see myself eating Nacho Cheerios, if I'm being completely honest. So, Casu Marzu with fly larvae that makes it ferment. Oh my God. I thought it was pound cake. I thought it was like a scone at first. That is disgusting that it's fucking cheese. We gotta go Casu Marzu. Holy fuck. Monster mashed potatoes or fried tarantula. Oh, it's Monster energy drink, mashed potatoes, or fried tarantula. Both of these aesthetically kind of work. The tarantula one is way more chaotic. At least that's what I thought at first. But now Monster mashed potatoes, it makes me think of, remember when Heinz ketchup had like green and purple ketchup and it made every plate ever look fucking disgusting? Especially, I think that's brown gravy in a little pool in the center of that. That would be chaotic. Mentally though, I'm putting myself in like a fear factor situation. I feel like I could eat a spider. I feel like I could, especially if it's fried. If it just said regular tarantula, well, one, I'd be like, that doesn't make sense for it to be on here. But I feel like anything deep fried is, I mean, it's all right. It probably tastes like chicken. That's like the thing with everything. I feel like I could crunch into it. I honestly feel like the Monster mashed potatoes with that brown gravy. The brown gravy is the part sending me over there, which is funny because I would eat a fried tarantula, but the brown gravy is making me gag with these probably damp potatoes that have, it's just blended together with Monster. That just seems like a more chaotic item. I gotta go Monster mashed potatoes. Monster mashed potatoes all day, dude. That is fucked. Chapulines and energy toast. I don't know what the fuck that is. Let's read in this. They are grasshoppers on the genus Cephanerium. Okay, they're magical, I guess. Often they are seasoned with garlic, lime juice, chilies, and or salt. Damn, that sounds good. Honestly, dude, I don't know. I was about to get my... Sounded fucking good. Are you kidding me? Garlic, lime juice, and chilies, and salt. God damn. If you were telling me if you had a blindfold on and it was just a paper bag and you just popped them in, you probably wouldn't even... I bet it would be delicious. Would I get sick? Probably. But it sounds kind of tasty. Energy toast, I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyone else make energy toast when in a rush? What the fuck does that mean? Is it just Monster energy toast with jam? I feel like that'd probably be better than... I guess I'll go with the grasshopper one just because that one doesn't feel too crazy. I'll do the grasshopper one, chapulines. I know I said I'd eat it, but the toast one, I was like, whatever. Vegan blue cheese, which looks disgusting, unfortunately gets a bye. It gets to win. Apparently this is like the NCAA and we have buys for some reason, but here we go. Round 2, baby. All right, we're back to the little Virgin Boy piss eggs with chicken feet meatballs. Could I eat a deviled egg used with Asian boy urine? The picture is just so foul, dude. God, it's so gross. That literally looks like a jalapeno with cheese. Look how dirty. What is this, like a street? What kind of fucking AI generated picture is this behind him too? It's so orange and evil. It should be pure white because of, it's an egg, but it has been tainted over time with fucking urine. I like how they're like, it smells strongly of urine, but it tastes pretty good, honestly. I physically don't know if I could actually be in the same room as the chicken feet meatballs. That is so disgusting to me. I can't believe I'm about to say that I would eat little baby boy Asian piss. I gotta give it the chicken meatballs again. The picture is just so bad. Why does it has a vein? The ground beef, all of the ground beef has veins, dude. It's disgusting. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my fucking word. Whatever. That's the winner, dude. Holy shit. The Mountain Dew deviled eggs versus the Casu Marzu, which is basically the fly cheese. Already on this one, the Mountain Dew I see Casu Marzu and it makes me want to fucking gag. Mountain Dew deviled eggs, honestly, I've kind of come around to them. I'd actually be curious to try it. Look at it has the nice cream on top with the paprika. Why the fuck not? Casu Marzu, you are the winner for sure. Monster mashed potatoes versus chapulines. Every time I come across the Monster mashed potatoes, it's just the brown gravy that's getting me. The brown gravy mixed with soggy, monster-filled wet potatoes. Like, I don't know if you've ever looked at like a plate of just like wet mashed potatoes, like if you're washing dishes. It's disgusting. It makes me want to fucking hurl. I'm still behind the idea that the chapulines, or hopefully I'm saying that right, whatever, the grasshoppers, you put those in a blind bag, the garlic, the lime and everything, with a little bit of salt, fuck. I bet that shit's tasty as fuck. I gotta go Monster mashed potatoes. The vegan blue cheese, once again, is a winner here with another buy. Vegan. Once again, though, it would be very hard for me to not pick that. That thing looks fucking disgusting. All right. Third round.
I mean, every time I open this picture of the chicken feet meatballs, I wish a train would just fucking hit me. It's just so disgusting, dude. God. The worst part is, like, it looks like all of them got in fist fights. They all have bruised knuckles and shit. It's like they couldn't possibly look more like alive. God, it's just fucking horrible. And the thing about the Kasumarzu is, like, I don't know, that looks pretty disgusting too. But it's more so the idea. I wonder if I would really even notice the taste when it was done. It's a texture thing for me too. Like, I can tell it's gonna be very dry, but I feel like maybe with like a glass of red wine or something, I'm not even a red wine guy, but maybe it would hide the scent of it. Maybe it would be something that's like, it seems disgusting, it sounds disgusting, but really it tastes fine. It's gotta be chicken feet meatballs, dude. I can't believe it. I would rather eat cheese that has been fermenting because of literal fly larvae. Flies fucking and reproducing and doing all that kind of, well, I guess not fucking, but, you know, laying eggs. Chicken feet meatballs. I hate you. And then this round here, vegan blue cheese comes up against monster mashed potatoes. Oddly similar textures. The vegan blue cheese just looks abhorrent. Like, this is the first time the brown gravy has ever looked kind of appealing next to this thing. The vegan blue cheese looks like something that you would find in the ocean that has never existed, like has never been seen before. And the researchers would bring it up and be like, what is that thing? Look at all the mold. That is so disgusting, dude. That is so gross. That is so fucked. This is all mold. All of this, all the fuzzy stuff. And you're supposed to fucking dip some Triscuits in this? I don't know, man. It doesn't help, too, that in the monster mashed potatoes, they put, like, Italian herbs over the top of the brown gravy, which essentially just looks like chocolate pudding. I would probably stomach the mashed potatoes over the vegan blue cheese. That is fucking disgusting. We got to go vegan blue cheese. The final round for appetizers. Here it goes. Our finalists are chicken feet meatballs and vegan blue cheese. Man, this is actually very difficult for me. The meatballs, honestly, is one of the most abhorrently evil things I've ever seen in my life. But the vegan blue cheese, once again, it feels like it's alive. Like, the amount of fungus and mold on it. I wonder if there is a world where the Triscuits would make a difference. Yeah, you dip it in and it, like, maybe masks itself. It's kind of, that's the problem with cheese, is cheese can look really bad, but then you bite into it, and then it's like, you know, it's stinky and stuff, but maybe it tastes kind of good. Versus, I don't know anything on God's green earth that could go with chicken feet meatballs that would make it. Because it's not like you can just dip it in ketchup. I think anything else would just add to its chaos and be absolutely fucking disgusting. I think just tried and true, dude, honestly, I think the winner of this tournament has to be chicken feet meatballs. Chicken feet meatballs is our winner for appetizers. But, you know, at least now we get to see what is gonna go with our drinks, which our drinks start off with a mac and cheese shot. That's kind of rad. And Tic Tong Soul. These fucking Asians, dude. Do some, if this is piss again, I'm gonna be absolutely fucking pissed. Ba-bing! What is it? It's a fun mixture of water and the poop of I can't do this, dude. Tic Tong Soul is a mixture of water and the poop of a human child. Ages range from 4 to 7. That has been fermented. It is fermented child poop. Korean child poop. Traditional Korean medicine that has 9% alcohol content. After the poo has refrigerated for 3 to 4 days, it is mixed with water and divided into smaller pieces and fermented overnight. That is, the vat begins to smell incredibly strong of feces, getting worse as the fermentation continues. The mixture is then poured through a sieve and mixed with 70% non-glutinous rice, 30% of the glutinous rice and yeast. It sits for 7 days to ferment and wrapped in a blanket to maintain a temperature of 30 to 37 degrees Celsius. Fun fact, if not fermented enough, it is dangerous to drink. Is it? That's weird. But when perfectly ripe, the alcohol drink is claimed to cure pain, broken bones, bruises, inflammation, and even epilepsy. God damn. The taste is a bit sour and similar to rice wine. It has a faint poo smell and can leave the smell in your breath. Your breath smells like shit. Yeah, dude, I was just trying to cure my epilepsy with Tung Tong Soul. Mac and cheese shot? Why the fuck would I? Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would do that today. Absolutely. Tic Tong Soul, the fucking invincible shit, like, elixir, has to be the winner here. Next one up is Gomutra, which is just it's cow urine, okay? And baby mouse wine. Oh my god, are those all just baby
dead mice that they just, I'm guessing, ferment. Cow urine is used as medicine in some places of India, Myanmar, and Nigeria, while cow urine and cow dung has benefits of fertilizer. The proponents' claims about its curing diseases and cancer have no scientific backing. Well, of course not. It's a big religious thing amongst Indian cultures and stuff like that. So I could see, kind of looks kind of tasty here. It looks like orange juice, if I'm being honest. I don't know if that's just all the boxes, but also at the same time, the labeling for that thing, pretty fire. The baby mouse wine, on the other hand, baby mice drowned in rice wine. At least a dozen baby mice are drowned in rice wine. The wine must mature for at least a year before drinking. This is more of a health tonic than a drink for a casual night out with the boys. It could supposedly help with asthma and liver disease. What does it taste like? Mouse wine has notes of gasoline. It has notes of gasoline. With an aftertaste of rotting animals, the smell is described as incredibly putrid. Baby mouse wine has fans in South China and ancient Korea. Fun fact, the mice must be blind and hairless. Parts of baby mouse skin often float around in the wine, so a veteran move would be to sift the liquid before consuming. That would be a veteran move. Once again, it feels like a no-brainer. I would definitely just sip on stuff. Like if I had a couple Indian friends who were like, no, dude, for real, try it. I'd be like, why not, dude? I don't give a shit. Baby mouse wine, to see that, to have to sit there and look at a bottle ferment for a year with a bunch of baby blind mouses in there? Come on, man. Baby mouse wine wins. I don't want to sound controversial here, but the Asian countries need to get a fucking grip on poo, pee-pee, and like dead animals and shit. Snake wine. Oh, God. And frog juice. Snake wine. Which I'm guessing is they kill a snake and they fucking ferment it for probably a fucking year. Fun fact for me, snakes are my least favorite thing ever. Ever. Like having this, I would cry seeing this in my room. Frog juice, that looks delicious. Like I don't even give a shit if they're blending frogs and mixing with mocha frappuccinos. I'm gonna have to go the snake wine. I know this is a quick one, but snake wine over anything, honestly. Snake wine, it's gonna be very hard for me not to fucking recoil in fear for that. Bovrgal is from Sweden, not from Asia, so it's probably not poo. What is it? Schnapps from the infused anal glands of a beaver. It's the anal glands, but it's not the poo. It's not the poo, so it's almost there. Description: the anal gland of the beaver is infused in the alcohol for several weeks. The result is a bitter schnapps with an overpowering taste of pine trees, tar, leather, and urine. Fun fact, in the 1800s, these glands could cost 2 months' salary, causing Swedish beavers to be hunted to extinction. God damn. The yellowish fluid produced by beavers' anal glands has been used in perfumes to make a natural vanilla substitute. Dare I say I wouldn't mind trying the beaver gland. Stag semen beer. Okay, well, I don't have to be a scientist to figure out what's going on there. Do I either want to eat the asshole of a beaver or drink stag cum? Basically fermented stag cum. Honestly, the beaver thing, I feel like it wouldn't be that bad. Like if you went up to it and you were like, oh, you didn't know that was like a beaver gland, it feels like it could be passable. Versus, I feel like stag cum would just be very thick, and even in a beer, you're like, oh my God, is this a milkshake? They're like, no, it's beer. Oh, well, what flavor is this? This feels, it tastes kind of weird, huh? Yeah, it's stag cum, actually. I have to give them points, and I don't like it for the label of this beer, which is half stag and half sperm cell, it does have chocolate notes, coffee and chocolate notes. I'm not a big mocha guy either, though. I think I'd have to give it to the stag cum. There we go. Amaranth's vagina beer or placenta 10,000. Amaranth she's doing like the yeasty flavor of her vagina in a beer. I think it's an unbelievable marketing strategy. Good for you. Hope you make even more millions of dollars off that. I personally probably won't be trying it, but let's see what placenta 10,000 is. Placenta 10,000 drink comes from Nihon Sofuken and is a popular new drink in Japan. Uh-oh. It's supposed to taste like tender peaches. Oh, well, what is that? What is that it? It's just placenta. Oh, that's a real human placenta in there.
So the 10,000 is 10,000 milligrams of the placenta.
10,000 milligrams placenta is just in these like weird Repo Man blood bags. It's supposed to taste like tender peaches. God, kind of sounds good. Damn. What? Why am I kind of wanting to drink placenta? Why am I gagging more over Amaranth's vaginal yeast than I am over drinking a placenta? Yo, all this shit's got me confused, dog. Sorry, Amaranth, but you're moving up on the list. And last from these rounds is 3 penis liquor or sour toe cocktail. I don't even know if we can show that. That is disgusting. The sour toe shot is a shot of whiskey garnished with a human toe, a literal human toe. Where do they get the toes, Nick?
That's a good question, but they are mummified, so maybe they just did.
They're mummified, so people are grave robbing and doing shots with them. That's probably Ireland, right? Do we have anything for 3 penis liquor? Chinese alcohol contains 3 kinds of animal penises. I mean, come on now. Honestly, a mummified toe is better than just some like extract of like dog penis, deer penis, and seal penis. That's a pretty, honestly, I feel like I would get superpowers. Part of me honestly wouldn't mind, not a full shot, but I kind of want to do half a shot of 3 penis liquor. Also, the branding's kind of fire, too. Like, I feel like if you showed up and you're just like, I don't know, dude, are you a pussy? You want to fucking drink this or not? The sour toe cocktail, that would be a bit harder of a pill to swallow, if I'm being completely honest. Also, it would be impossible for the toe not to touch your mouth. A rule for it is you can drink it at however speed, but the toe absolutely has to touch your lips. And for that reason alone, I think it makes itself a pretty beautifully cursed and fucking horrible drink, so I'm going to move it forward. All right, round 2 for drinks. Oh, God. This is a hard one, dude. Titong Sol or baby mouse wine? Korea, how dare you? So basically fermented child poop or baby mouse wine. I think in any situation, if you show up and say that, like, this is made from the excrement of a child, people would much rather, I feel like there'd be, I would say 9 out of 10 people would be like, just give me the baby mouse wine. So I think for that reason too, and also the whole thing is that when you drink it, your breath smells like literal shit. I think that you gotta go with Titong Sol. Snake wine versus stag semen beer. Honestly, once again, the snake is absolutely fucking me up. I gotta go snake. The stag semen beer, I could see it being like a party trick thing, but the snake wine for me, just showing up with a giant fucking snake, and I just can't. I don't think I can. Me personally, I can't. People might disagree, but snake wine's got to push forward for me. Amaranth's vaginal beer or sour toe cocktail. I mean, honestly, the toe still. And this is the reason why, is because if it was made of her actual vaginal yeast, that might push it forward, but it's just supposed to be, oh wait, no, to brew a new flavor using her vaginal yeast. Oh, so it is using her vaginal yeast. Makes it a bit more difficult. How do you get her vaginal yeast? So she just swabs her pussy up and throws it into a vat of beer? The idea of it is like just abhorrently disgusting to me. The sour toe cocktail now, I mean, honestly, it seems kind of, I hate to say it, but it seems kind of cool if you did it, right? I just don't know if I'm down putting human yeast inside me. Because at least the sour coke, well, I mean, I don't know, it is a dead toe when you're drinking the liquid, but only putting on your lips. This is hard, man. The problem too is I feel like I'm in a catch-22 where if I don't choose Amaranth, then I hate women. And then if I choose the other thing, I'm an incel or whatever. It's a losing battle. I'm overthinking it. I would go sour toe cocktail still as pushing forward, because obviously it's like a gimmick. It's not really anything crazy. Sour toe cocktail, you win. All right, second to last round. Titong Sol and snake wine. Objectively, my fear of snakes can't push us forward through the baby poop drink. Baby poop drink has to win. It just has to. So our finals are Titong Sol and sour toe cocktail. I feel like I've already kind of answered this. I feel like my answer to this has to be Titong Sol, because at least the sour toe cocktail, I could see myself doing that once. It would be very, very hard to convince me to be like, hey, you should try this Korean baby poop deal. Your breath will smell like shit afterwards. That just feels fucking terrible. And also, showing up to the holiday party with some Titong Sol feels, I mean, you're gonna like, family members aren't gonna talk to you after that, all right? I think Titong Sol's the winner, dude. Titong Sol's the winner. Our entree. I mean, we have to think that this is the centerpiece of our meal, so people, lock it the fuck in! We gotta go! First one up is frog sashimi and warthog anus, which honestly, the warthog anus thing is some beautiful art. The frog sashimi just looks very sad. Frog sashimi is a large frog is stabbed, skinned, gutted, and served up on an ice plate with a lemon slice with soy sauce. So literally, it's frog sushi, and we just eat frog guts. I don't know how I feel about that. The frogs are very cute. That makes me sad. Warthog anus is to kill and gut the warthog and pull out the anus with the last 1 foot of intestines attached. Squeeze out the feces, but don't wash the anus or intestine. Make a fire and throw the juicy anus directly into it. Ignore the dirt and ashes that will cover the anus. Be sure not to cook it too long. Cut it into into bite-sized pieces and serve immediately. Both of these are bad. I mean, the frog sashimi thing, I could probably see myself with soy sauce, baby enjoying. I could also see myself, I mean, the warthog anus thing is just don't clean the shit, so you're like probably gonna bite into some like pooey warthog anus. I'd probably go warthog anus on this one is my immediate gut reaction. Well, I don't know. I mean, showing up to the club with frog sashimi, I feel like it's gonna bring the vibe down. Is that a positive for our cursed meal?
You're saying you'd rather eat warthog anus?
I probably would rather eat warthog anus, maybe. Then look at the sad frog. I guess I go frog sashimi because I'm a sweetheart. Frog sashimi. Black pudding or Shirako. Honestly, none of these seem too bad, so let's look into them. Shirako is, while this white paste may look like mayonnaise, it's actually fish semen. Okay. Milt is sometimes harvested by hand, but the easiest way to harvest is to simply retrieve the mill from the genitals of a dead fish. So those are just large pieces of fish semen put together. Why do they still kind of look aesthetically pleasing? I also don't look like that you have to go into a dead fish's genitals. So you don't see that in Jiro Dreams of Sushi, do you? Black pudding from UK and Ireland. Oh, God. Blood sausage made of pork or beef blood with pork fat and oats. Considered one of the oldest forms of sausage, since blood generally spoils unless prepared. This became the easiest way to ensure it didn't go to waste after animals went to slaughter. Most traditional recipes from the UK involve stirring the fresh blood, adding fat in some form of rusk, and seasoning before filling the mixture into a casting and boiling it. The black pudding is a good source of protein. It is low in carbohydrates and high in zinc and iron. It has been described as superfood because the natural... Yeah. I mean, honestly, the black pudding thing, while it looks gross, I bet it's not bad. I bet it's just sausage. It looks disgusting, but compared to dead fish cum, and like that looks aesthetically pleasing too, but the thing is, I think it's too aesthetically pleasing, and I think that it would be fucking vile. So, Shirako, you are proceeding forward. Next up, we have jellied moose nose, oh my god, and Sonic curry. Baby, are you okay? You barely touched your Sonic limited edition curry. That jellied moose nose looks fucking insane. Chili's moose nose is similar to European head cheese. Oh. Trapping cuts of moose nose within a gelatinized broth. That is disgusting. So this is literally just like a grinded up moose nose put into a gelatin, like a broth gelatin, and frozen for it to be basically a giant jello, like moose nose gut jello. That is fucked. That is actually fucked. The fur must be removed prior to cooking, either by being singed off with an open fire, peeled off after the nose has been boiled, or simply skinning the nose. Chefs then slice the nose and simmer it with onions, garlic, and an array of other spices, which may include cinnamon, cloves, allspice, or mustard seeds. Meat from other parts of the moose's head, such as the ears and lips, oh my god, may be added to the mix. Once the concoction has cooled down, the cook lays pieces of meat in a loaf pan, douses them with broth, and places the mixture in a refrigerator so the broth can solidify. The resulting jelly is served with a loaf of bread and eaten into slices. That's disgusting. Moose ears and lips and just all of the cartilage and shit from a nose is fucked. Baby UK, you've barely touched your Sonic curry. I'd eat the Sonic curry. Why not? Yeah, it looks fucking disgusting, but whatever, dude. I had chicken tiki masala tonight. Sign me up, bitch. Yeah. Moose nose proceeds forward. Moose nose proceeds forward. Powerade pasta or chocolate ramen dogs? Both of these are just getting into poor white trash territories of snacks. The Powerade pasta, man, it's just whatever's just died. The idea of this, like, dried ramen with Hershey chocolate bars and hot dogs, I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, I think it would be hard to power through. That would be a weird concoction of things. My white trash nature almost wants to I would probably eat the chocolate ramen dogs before I would eat the Powerade pasta. Powerade pasta, you're moving forward, but I'm gonna let you know you're not gonna be a winner in this competition. Ortolan bunting or ptarmigan shit. The ortolan bunting, a tiny songbird that summers across Western Europe and winters in Africa. Yeah, I hate that we had to start it off like that because now I feel bad for it. Netted ortolans are kept in dark cages, which tricks them into gorging themselves on grain and figs. Once the small birds have doubled or more in size, they are drowned and simultaneously marinated in brandy. They're then plucked and roasted, which doesn't take long since there is a little meat on their bones. First off, I just want to say that this would be delicious, but that was tragically depressing. That is the only reason that is, you know, that's even on this list. That is just horribly depressing. The next one is ptarmigan shit or uramet, which is the Inuit name of the bird droppings. So people are just eating bird poopy, okay? It's collected in the winter. When it's dry, it's unpleasantly gooey in the summer. I hate that. Don't grab it now, son. Wait till the winter. It's going to be unpleasantly gooey right now. It's then cooked with rancid seal oil. Why does it have to be rancid? Why can't it just be regular seal oil? In the old days, the seal meat was masticated by one spouse before being spat into the cooking pot. What the fuck does masticate mean? Is she shoving her pussy or something like that? Or does she chew it and then spit it in? So she chewed up and spit it, and then so basically they're doing nothing besides cooking this with seal fat. They're eating shit with seal fat. I mean, the parting and shit. I bet you the bird tastes delicious. It's just horribly sad, and I hope the birds can be set free. It's so sad. And look, like this is the cutest image here. Is their little legs? They're just like dink. Yeah, I guess the shit's moving forward, dude. Black chicken. Okay, we're getting racial. All right. And hackerel comes from Iceland. Okay. Well, first off, I want you to know this picture that we have in the document's fucking horrifying. It looks like just a psychopath's like murder barn. It's fermented shark meat. The Greenland sharks do not have a urinary tract, but rather urinal through their skin, making their flesh toxic. To eat the toxic meat of the Greenland shark, Icelanders let it rot in the ground for several months. It is then hung to dry for another 5 months. The fermentation process involved in making hackerel breaks down the urine and makes it safe to consume. Hackerel is traditional Icelandic food and is eaten both during special occasions as part of everyday diet. Small cubes of the white rubbery delicacy are served on toothpicks. What does it taste like? It has been described as chewing a urine-infested mattress. What? Why would you? How is that a delicacy? It has been described as chewing a urine-infested mattress, but the pungent smell of death and ammonia is worse than the taste. It doesn't sound good. What the fuck? Anthony Bourdain described this Icelandic food as the single worst, most disgusting and terrible thing he's ever eaten. Why would they do this? Black chicken is a variety of chicken known as silky chicken. These silky chickens have black flesh and bones and white feathers. Silky chickens are frequently seen in China, India. Black chickens are slightly gamier in flavor. Just a literal black, it just tastes like chicken. So whatever, yeah, definitely the white urine mattress that is hackerel. Why would I do that? Hackerel wins. Black hot dog. Okay, a lot of black stuff here, dude. What are you trying to do to me, all right? And kiviak, which looks like I saw this black hot dog in here before. It looks like they're at an IKEA. Black hot dog. IKEA. I called it IKEA. In Malaysia. Uh-oh. A suggestive looking black hot dog. What is it? A suggestive looking black. Seen it at an IKEA. This color scheme choice was hopefully short-lived. Fun fact, use heavy globes of yellow mustard for maximum taste. So it's just literally a black hot dog with a weird bun. Whatever. Kiviak looks haunting. That looks, is that a fucking house cat that they've broiled? Kiviak is the name of a Greenlandic Inuit dish which consists of up to 500 small seagull birds fermented whole within a sulcher closed freshly disemboweled seal. That's sad. Oils are applied to the skin to prevent infestation by maggots. The pelt containing the whole seagulls is buried underneath a large flat stone, seam side up, preventing rupturing by the gases that evolve and contamination. The pelt is dug up half a year later when fermentation is complete. I would eat a black hot dog. I'm so sad. Seals are adorable. I love seals. And this picture is just haunting. Imagine that. You kill a seal and you're like, I can't wait to eat this in 6 months. All right, Kiviak wins that. A lot of these are now coming down to like, I'm sad for the animal, and then also it's just the inconvenience factor. All right, last one for this round. First round is san naki, which is definitely going to be some kind of cum, I bet, and fruit bat soup. The COVID starter. San naki, I saw a picture of that. This looks fucking disgusting. Let's look at this. A Korean raw dish. Dude, Korea, get your shit together, dude, for real. A Korean raw dish, or ho in Korean, that features a young live octopus cut into small pieces and served immediately. This is not food to be eaten after screening a finding dory. That's silly. That's very sad. This is just an octopus who's like, what's going on? And then people are like... Have you ever seen all the videos of the Korean women online that just eat, like, live animals? Fucking horrifying. Poor son. Honestly, the bat soup, that is fucking terrible too. Is that cheese in there? Bat soup, the broth of a fruit bat soup is made by washing a bat and throwing it in boiling water, fur included. After it's been cooked for a while, the bat is taken out of the water and cooked with ginger and coconut milk. Other species as well as vegetable can be added in as well. Many people prefer to skin the bat, remove the fur to get to the meat. However, the real way is to chew the bat, suck out the meat, and to discard the remaining fur. God damn. Okay, so basically we show up to either have people eat alive, but the thing about it, This that doesn't work as an entree, Nick, with san nakshi, is we have an appetizer to get through. And you have to eat the san nakshi right away. I guess you could just leave it in a cooler or a fucking fish tank or something and be like, hurry, go eat the san nakshi. The fruit bat soup is probably just, it's just very unappealing. Like the san nakshi is like, it's unappealing, but at least it doesn't have a cute, I mean, the cute little bat's face. It's so sad. Also showing up to a holiday dinner with a big vat of dead bats. And it's like, don't take off the fur. You're supposed to suck out the meat and discard the fur afterwards. We have to respect the culture. I'd say fruit bat soup. I mean, it's also the COVID starter. That's going to be a hard one to beat, honestly. But that ends our first round. So round 2, here we go. Frog sashimi or shirako, which is the pretty cum, basically. Honestly, I feel like I've eaten a lot of poo and cum. I'd rather just not have to keep doing that. And I feel like at this point I'd probably power through for the frog. I'd power through the frog because I would be tired of cum and poop and piss. But, you know, here we are. It's turning into a Korean Thanksgiving immediately. Shirako wins. Jelly moose nose or power pasta? I mean, this is a no-brainer. Jellied moose nose. Power pasta was like, I mean, I would welcome that amongst everything now. Shit or the piss foam? So the shit is cooked with the seal. It's just poop. It's just poop cooked with spoiled seal like oil or whatever. I would probably just eat the urine fish foam thing, but Anthony Bourdain did say it was the most disgusting thing ever. Whatever happened to that guy? These are both rough. I wouldn't want to eat any of them. Once again, it's just like there's so much poop. At the same time, though, it's like people have said this is the worst thing ever. What's crazy too is that they say it's a delicacy, but they say that like you spend so much time and it still tastes like that, you continue to eat it. I'd probably power through to the hack roll. Yeah, the shit wins. So kiviak or fruit bat soup. The kiviak image is honestly it's so haunting. They're both cute animals, and bringing it up. I mean, I feel like the kiviak wins, but the fruit bat soup of that being like a COVID starter thing, I don't know. I would probably go kiviak. It's just so sad. It's also just thinking about seeing this exact image. I'm picturing myself at my own dinner table having this, and it just looks, it's disgusting. I gotta go kiviak. Which ends, I mean, we're in the quarterfinals? No. What's before the finals? All right, quarterfinals. Oh yeah, because 4. Semifinals. There you go. Shirako or jellied moose nose. I mean, aesthetically, I would probably go Shirako. The chipping away at that jellied moose nose looks crazy. And it's not even just moose cartilage too. It's like their lips, their ears, like their face, their entire face, and then it's put into a broth to be turned into a fucking jelly, and you're supposed to eat it with white bread. Are you fucking kidding me? I probably would go jelly moose nose. I think I would power through the cum taste for sure. I'd be like, give me some chopsticks, dude. I'm going to town. Basically seal shit or seals with seagulls. The problem is that they're both seal dishes, and I love seals very much. I'm very upset with this. Now I'm coming down to the thing. You know how before I was saying, do I have the big pot of bat soup? There's no big container of shit. Like, if I have a giant container of shit, it's going to be a lot more disappointing than at least having like a full thing of meat from the kiviak. So I'm almost thinking that the somewhat muddy shit with rancid seal oil would probably be a more fucked, terrible meal option. But also just seeing the kiviak picture, I just don't know. Seeing that image is just, it is intense. This is just such an intense image. I'm gonna have to go just because I don't want to show it anymore. I'm gonna go to the shit. Okay. The finals are jellied moose nose and the Part McGinn shit, which is just the seal, like shit mixed with seals. Honestly, for the entree thing, I'm gonna have to go jellied moose nose. Jellied moose nose wins. All right, that's it. We made the most horrid cursed meal. Well, let's relook at this. When we start the day, let me sit you down at our beautiful holiday dinner. Please, won't you have a seat? Here, can I pour you a nice glass of Tattengol? As you sit there, you smell the nice aromas of shit and Korean boys fill the air. Ah, as you take a shit as well, you notice that your own breath smells like shit. So you won't be able to escape that madness. But don't you worry. I just sat down our beautiful, beautiful appetizer. You gaze in glory as you see chicken feet meatballs get set down in front of you. You reminisce by how they look like a black man's testicle, and how you can really contemplate on better times, knowing this is a true delicacy. Ah, and yes, you take another sip from your Tutengol, or whatever the fuck it's called. Tootin' soul. The taste of shit reforms in your mouth. Your belly's getting full, but you don't want to get too full because finally the entree comes out. Oh my God, jellied moose nose. Oh, it sits down and it gives a nice little jiggle. And you really know that as you cut into it and you plop it onto maybe 2 pieces of Wonder Bread, that this is what the holiday seasons are all about. Getting together with family, eating a bunch of terrible, terrible shit, and being able to reminisce over better and simpler times. Thank you so much for watching. If any of you decide to make these meals, please send me a picture, even if it's just one of the meals. If it's also, first off, if one of you guys have two-tongue soul, I'm gonna be like, who's the kid? First question. The chicken feet meatballs, I'll be like, sure, that's fucking weird, and the same with the jelly, but I'd be like, how'd you get the kid in the poopy? All right, that's all I want to know. Thank you so much for watching the channel. I hope you all have a great holiday season if you're celebrating. If not, I don't know, go to McDonald's or something like that. Take care, y'all. I'll see you next time. If you do things that are terrible, you might come face to face with something that we're talking about today. A delicious little surprise that a tasty little surprise that the judicial system might serve to you on a hot or cold plate of your choice. What can I possibly talk about? The last meal! Death row inmates get a last meal. It's a famous thing, but if you haven't heard about it, let me tell you about what it is. When an inmate is facing a death sentence, an inmate may be allowed to make a final meal request. The tradition of the last meal likely stretches back to centuries and much further. Some speculate that it was out of fear of ghosts could be traced back to the last meal of Jesus. Whoa, the Messiah. Don't tell Mel Gibson. In ancient Greece, you had to feed the person who was getting executed so they could cross the river of Styx in the underworld. If not, they could come back as a hungry ghost. That's just metal. And the last meal became more common in the United States in the early 1800s. It was seen as a way to ease the transition from a person facing execution as a humane act. It's nice. I like the idea that somebody's just like, what do you want for your last meal? What could you conceivably want? And the people will reciprocate. Like, it's not some shitty little thing where they give you like a shitty version of something. From what I see in some of the list of things we're going to be talking about today, it's pretty damn near delicious. Makes me want to do something horrible myself. Or I could just cook it myself, I guess. So today, I wanted to go over what are some of the hottest, best, sexiest, tastiest last meals to ever be given to some of the world's most terrible and deplorable pieces of shit. Let's go. Actually, I want a better catchphrase. What would be my thing? Let's eat. Let's get killed through the judicial system. Whatever. I tried. The first guy we're talking about is the Vampire of Dusseldorf. That sounds like a Harry Potter character for sure. He had a habit of trying to drink the blood from the wounds of some of his victims. God, here we go, going with this Vlad the Impaler bullshit. Peter Kürten was a German serial killer sentenced to death in 1931 of 9 counts of murder and 7 counts of attempted murder. He requested a Wiener Schnitzel, fried potatoes, and a bottle of wine for his final meal. He enjoyed it so much that he asked for seconds of all of it. This looks like a guy that would have a nice Wiener Schnitzel. Also, if you're going to try to drink the blood, why would you not try to go the blood route? If you're so obsessed with it, a Wiener Schnitzel, fried potatoes, and an entire bottle of wine. That does sound pretty good. It does sound pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it matches the crime. It'd be weird knowing somebody did something terrible and they're just like having just a really enjoyable meal. That would be the weirdest thing for me. If you're a prison guard, watching a guy be like, oh my God, wow. Cutting the plate, you know what I mean? Okay, this is compliments to the chef. Like eating the food. It'd be very hard to just not be like, dude, just shut the fuck up and eat this. There's also that crazy video of the guy. I think it was like, this is me being completely ignorant of this, but there was a guy in the Middle East, I think, who was he did some terrible crime, but it was like something where people tricked him into doing it. It was a guy who was like kind of simple-minded, and you see him like on death row eating this like rice dish, whatever, with his hands, whatever, but he's like shaking because he's scared about dying, whatever. It's fucking sad, but you know, it is what it is. John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown. Have you heard of him? They've only made like 1 billion movies about this fat fuck. He was convicted of 33 teenage boys and young men between 1972 and 1978. He lured his victims with the promise of work or money and then tortured and murdered them.
I mean, this guy was a real jerk.
He buried 26 of his victims in his crawl space of his home. So that's why the crawl space thing is. You hear that, it's because John Wayne Gacy. Check the crawl space, you know. His last meal was a bucket of KFC original recipe chicken, French fries, and a pound of strawberries. That to me, this does not seem. KFC chicken in general just doesn't get my. I just don't like fried chicken in general. Greasy fingertips and stuff. French fries and a pound of strawberries.
Do you think someone like purposely would order like a fucked up last meal, so like when they die they like shit their pants horribly and they have to clean it up?
I don't know, maybe. I think that the bucket of original KFC chicken would be that thing to have you fucking explode out your asshole whenever you die. The pound of strawberry, the strawberry's okay. I like strawberries more than like blueberries, but if I had to do a fruit, I'd rather have like a pound of grapes, if I'm being honest. I'm not a big strawberry guy. I've never, you know when people are like, oh, I love strawberry. I don't think I've ever had like a really like nice sweet strawberry.
Oh, that's because they're made not sweet anymore. They're made to look nice, so the sweetness is all gone.
Back then, though, I bet John Wayne Gacy had really sweet strawberries, though. Good call, dude. Too bad you're a fucking monster. I hope you're burning in hell, you son of a bitch. Aline Warrens.
Warnos.
This is a crazy, crazy woman who killed 7 men between 1989 and 1990, claiming they had either raped or attempted to rape her while she was working as a prostitute. Last meal was just a cup of coffee. That's cold, dude. To be fair, she did kill people who were obviously bad as well. It's not black and white, a lot of gray. But I will say, man, a cup of coffee. What would you like your final meal to be? Just a cup of coffee. That's brutal, man. Also, if I'm being honest too, just as like a person that is standing back and thinking about this, it's a bad mouthfeel when you die. Just like a cup of coffee, especially when people used to cup of coffee and a cigarette. Holy shit, horrible mouthfeel. Oh yeah, she looks like a psychopath. Yeah, she was. There was a Charlize Theron movie called Monster. I think Charlize Theron got an Oscar for that role. So if you ever want to watch a movie about her, also I think Winona Ryder's in it. Or no, I always mistake this girl with Winona Ryder. It's not Winona Ryder though. It's Aline's. Her lover. How about Lawrence Russell Brewer, who was one of the 3 convicted for heinous hate crime murder of James Byrd in Jasper, Texas in 1988. Disgusting, horrible, racist violence. This guy was a fucking monster. Absolute fucking piece of shit. But his last meal was 2 chicken fried steaks smothered in gravy with sliced onions, a triple patty bacon cheeseburger, a cheese omelet with ground beef, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and jalapenos, a large bowl of fried okra with ketchup, 1 pound of barbecued meat with a half loaf of white bread, 3 fajitas with all the toppings, a Pizza Hut meat lovers pizza, a pint of Bluebell vanilla ice cream, a slab of peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts, and 3 root beers. The 3 root beers are not going to be enough. That is so much food, holy shit. However, Brewer did not eat any of this meal, leading to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to end the 87-year-old tradition of giving special last meals to condemned inmates. Execution: Lawrence Russell Brewer was executed by lethal injection September 21st. Oh, what a fucking idiot. He ruined it for everybody. He was a piece of shit in real life and he was a piece of shit in death. What a fucking waste of life. Fuck you, dude. You know, I wish they could have done? I wish that they would have just like slowly just peeled off his skin and then inmates could have eaten him. That's what other death row inmates have to eat. Taking a layer of his skin off every day and then they fucking have a handful of salt and they just throw it at him every day. It wouldn't be enough too. He's still a fucking big piece of shit. Fuck that guy. Ted Bundy, which is funny because people say he's the sexiest serial killer of all time. Unibrow does not age well though. I'm a man, I rock a unibrow unintentionally, which means I forget to shave it. But Ted Bundy, he wore that fucking unibrow with pride. I remember Zac Efron played him in a Ted Bundy movie. He's not that good looking. He was responsible for rape, necrophilia, and murder of over 30 young women across several states in the 1970s. He often used his charm and feigned injuries to lure his victims. His last meal, because he declined it, so he was given a standard steak, eggs, and hash browns, toast, milk, coffee, juice, butter, and jelly. He didn't even ask for it. Why the fuck is he even in here then? Timothy McVeigh. What a fucking... I feel like people know Timothy McVeigh's name, but they don't remember the Oklahoma City bombing. I feel like that's been overshadowed by shit. Oklahoma City bombing in 1995 was a big fucking deal. Fucking kill. It was for like some Olympic thing? Even I can't fucking remember. All I know is that he did a big Oklahoma City bombing. I'm pretty sure Clint Eastwood made a movie because I'm pretty sure a security officer was blamed for the crime. And the whole movie is just him being like, I wish I could be a cop, but he's like too fat. It's like Paul Blart, but in real life. They find out, they're like, they caught him. They caught Timothy McVeigh. He's like on the police force. And he's like, wow, it's supposed to be a nice ending where his name is cleared. But then they end the movie with him being like, this guy died 2 weeks later from a heart attack. You're like, oh shit. Anyways, Timothy McVeigh asked for 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream. Pretty good. I like mint chocolate chip ice cream. I think a lot of people think that's like an old person flavor, but
Pistachio.
It's a timeless classic. No, pistachios for like San Francisco. I don't know if that's true. Don't put that in. Adolf Eichmann, a Nazi colonel convicted of war crimes and executed in 1962, declined a meal but requested a ball of caramel, a dry red wine from Israel. He drank it with a typical prison fare of cheese, bread, olives, and tea. That's kind of a weird fucking irony. He asked for an Israeli wine for a Nazi colonel to... whatever. Tennessee inmate Philip Workman asked that a vegetarian pizza be distributed to any homeless person in Nashville. His 2007 request was denied by prison officials, but some local groups decided to fulfill his wishes and donated pizza to homeless shelters. What a good guy. Put up what he did on the screen right here. What a great guy. Could you at least give the homeless people vegetarian pizzas? I bet you all those homeless people were like, where's the pepperoni? In 1979, Marion Albert Poot went on a killing spree that claimed the lives of 5 victims. He was convicted and placed on death row in Arkansas. Fuck. He ate only a portion of his sizable last meal, 3 bites from one of his 2 cheeseburgers he requested, 6 slices of an 8-slice pizza, and 8 slices of fried green tomatoes. He ate half of his onion rings and neglected his fries completely. He drank a quart of buttermilk and had a slice of pecan pie. He was probably bloated as shit going into that fucking execution. My God. A quart of buttermilk? Holy fuck.
It's gross.
That is gross. That's like sour. And a slice of pecan pie. What a freak. I mean, you know, he went on a killing spree. What a fucking monster. The man convicted of murdering Charles Lindbergh's baby, Bruno Richard Hauptmann, opted for a final meal of chicken, butter peas, french fries, olives, celery, cherries, and a slice of cake before his execution in 1936. You can tell they're just kind of scrambling for thoughts too whenever it's that sporadic. Chicken, butter peas, you're like, okay. French fries, oh, okay. Olives, celery, okay. Cherries, alrighty. And then he's just like, and for dessert, a slice of cake. All right, I'm good to go. That's the biggest thing is I wish that I could go back down and like look at like the rating they gave it. See people who are just like, that sucked. I think there is one guy who was just like, this is terrible. In September 2010, Teresa Lewis became the first female convict to be killed by lethal injection in the state of Virginia. She was convicted of killing her husband and stepson. Her final meal request, sweet peas and butter, fried chicken, German chocolate cake, and Dr. Pepper. That's horrible. Teresa, you're a horrible person, but my God, straight as an arrow order. She'd been thinking about that for a while. Killing her husband and stepson, come on. What are you thinking there? You don't have the clarity to think there, but you have the clarity to order this perfectly ordered last meal. Honestly, out of all these so far, I think Teresa Lewis has the best, like the most like, this is a proper meal. Good for her. Well, she died and she's a bit of a monster. It doesn't matter. Convicted murderer Ronnie Lee Gardner enjoyed his last meal of steak, lobster tail, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, and a 7-Up 2 days before his execution by firing squad in Utah in 2010. Firing squad is still a form of wow. He chose to spend his final days fasting, reading the spy thriller Divine Justice, and watching Lord of the Rings films. I mean, he's a murderer and he's a bad person, but wow. Another great meal, but also, as soon as he said the Lord of the Rings films, I was like, wish I was there watching with him. Sounds fun. I did not know firing squad was still a form of execution. That's crazy. 2010. And also, he fasted, so he could really enjoy that last meal. Fuck, dude. I tell you what, though, it'd be hard to watch his Lord of the Rings films with an empty stomach. Stephen Wayne Anderson, sentenced to die after fatally shooting an 81-year-old California woman in 1980, asked for 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, a mix of hominy and corn, and a pint of plain cottage cheese. He topped it all off with a piece of peach pie, a pint of chocolate chip ice cream, and radishes. God. And I don't know if I want to put this in, but shooting an 81-year-old woman still gets you a death penalty?
She still had a long life.
Well, that's what I'm saying is it's like shooting somebody on their way out the door. You know, it's like, honestly, the fucking death penalty should have been given for the plain cottage cheese. That actually made my stomach fucking hurt. Holy shit. James Edward Smith was charged with robbery and murder in March of 1983. Authorities say that he requested a lump of dirt as his last meal, according to a website called Murderpedia. Sick website name. Smith explained that he would use it to mark his body so that his spirit would move on and not become a ghost. His request was denied and he was given yogurt instead before his execution. So this actually, I know about this one a little more too. Also, he was known to be in with voodoo as well. So I think that people also thought that it was like some kind of voodoo ritual. Man, how crazy is that though? I want dirt. Hell no. Here's some yogurt. Eat it. Let's go. I just give the guy some dirt. If you want to eat dirt, all right, fine. You want to eat dirt? Victor Figuer. Is that right?
No.
Kidnapped a doctor in an attempt to learn how to make drugs. Awesome. When the doctor declined to help him, Figure shot him in the head and dumped his body in a cornfield. That's excessive. Figure was charged with kidnapping, robbery, and murder in March of 1963. He was the last person to put to death in the state of Iowa and was sentenced to death by hanging. According to Murderpedia, hey, another huge shout out. Figure asked for a single olive with the pit still in for his last meal. He told guards he hoped to be an olive tree would sprout from his grave as a sign of peace. After Figure was pronounced dead, authorities found the pit from the olive in one of his suit pockets. I wonder if they took it out just to be dicks. Fucking, I messed up. I wanted to learn how to make... What if it was just Tylenol? I wanted to learn how to make Tylenol. And the doctor's just like, they give it to me. I don't make the drugs here. And he's just like, you son of a bitch. Ronald Clark O'Brien. He was executed in 1984. A lot of 80s ones in here, I'm noticing. He killed his 8-year-old son with cyanide-laced candy. Ugh. What a monster. He handed out 4 other cyanide-laced pixie sticks. Though his poor son was the only casualty, he killed his own child in order to cash out on life insurance policy.
He's the reason why everyone says, check your candy.
Check your candy. Last meal was a T-bone steak, medium to well done. God, really? Well done. I want my meat dry. Can I make it as dry as possible? Fries with ketchup, whole kernel corn, sweet peas, lettuce, tomato salad, egg, French dressing, iced tea, sweetener, saltines, Boston cream pie, and rolls. I should have given some candy. There you go. Yeah, you forgot your mint. Like 1 mint there. He's like, I don't think I want it. Buddy, your breath's kind of stinky from that T-bone steak. You might as well probably plop that mint in your mouth, huh? Cash out on a life insurance policy.
Ruined Halloween for everyone.
And then he ruined Halloween for everybody. Way to go, Ronald. Delbert Teague did not ask for final meal on the day of his execution in Texas in 1998. However, at the request of his mother, he decided to have a hamburger. Which is just kind of funny because it's like, Mom, I don't want anything. Eat a hamburger. Just eat a hamburger. All right, fine. I'll take a hamburger. Thomas J. Grasso, the botched last meal. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the one where the guy complains about it. Pretty funny. Thomas J. Grasso was executed in 1995 in Oklahoma for strangling an 87-year-old woman in her home with her Christmas tree lights. These fucking 80-year-old women gotta fucking watch out, dude. People are out to get them. He reportedly stole $12 in a cheap television set. His last meal was extravagant to say the least. 2 dozen steamed mussels, 2 dozen steamed clams, a double cheeseburger from Burger King, a half dozen barbecued spare ribs, 2 large strawberry milkshakes, half a pumpkin pie, and a whipped cream with diced strawberries, and one more thing, supposedly a 16-ounce can of spaghetti with meatballs. Or at least that's what prison thought. His last words suggest were, I did not get my SpaghettiOs, I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this. I did not get SpaghettiOs, I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this. Can you imagine the press being like... If he ate all of that, that's fucking insane. But I do like the idea of him getting like a plate of spaghetti. His face is just like covered in like ketchup and like strawberry shakes and stuff. He's like, question. This is spaghetti, not SpaghettiOs. Am I dying today? Because this isn't what I requested. John Martin Scripps, he was executed in 1996, dubbed the tourist from hell by British tabloids because he posed as a tourist. He went on a spree murdering 3 tourists, Gerald Lowe in Singapore and Shelley and Darren Damund in Thailand. With another 3 unconfirmed victims, he cut up all of his victims' bodies using butchery skills acquired in prison before disposing of them. His last meal, pizza and hot chocolate. Personally, that's one of the most offensive last meals here. Pizza and hot chocolate? Just the hot beverage is where it's kind of getting me. You don't want a Coke? Nice can of Coke. Gerald Lee Mitchell, candy lover to the end. Okay. Gerald Lee Mitchell allegedly shot 2 men after robbing them during a drug deal. In a separate case, he was convicted of murder after the shooting death of a man who refused to give him a necklace he wanted. His attorney claimed that at the time of the murders, he had an IQ of 75. I'm pretty sure that's legally retarded and may have been borderline retarded. There it is. Not operating at full capacity at the time of the crimes. However, what makes the case stand out more than anything else, not his crime or his personal background, but the strange last meal request. A bag of Jolly Rancher candies, assorted flavors. Yeah, that's kind of weird. For a retarded guy, I don't know if it's that crazy. Just a bag of hard candies. I guess they'll throw around his mouth. Why not? Stephen Woods. He was executed in 2011. The murder of a young couple, even after many appeals and being backed by some popular nonprofits, media organizations. Last meal, 2 pounds of bacon. My God. That's a lot of bacon. A large 4-meat pizza, 4 fried chicken breast. God, the amount of meat. 2 drinks, each of Mountain Dew, Pepsi, root beer, sweet tea, 2 pints of ice cream, 5 chicken fried steaks, 2 hamburgers with bacon, fries, and a dozen garlic breadsticks with marinara on the side. Mamma mia, Papa Pia. Stevie Woods got some diarrhea. That's gonna be for real. My word. Robert Dale Conklin, who was executed in 2005. While on parole for armed robbery, he killed a man by sticking a screwdriver in his ear and twisting it around. He then dissected the body and put select parts of it down the garbage disposal. Silly, it's not gonna go down there. Silly Billy. But what was his last meal? A filet mignon wrapped in bacon. Oh, wow. Robert, you dog. Deveined shrimp sauteed in garlic butter with lemon, a baked potato with butter, sour cream chives and real bacon bits, corn on the cob, asparagus with hollandaise sauce, French bread with butter, goat cheese, cantaloupe, apple pie with vanilla bean ice cream, and an iced tea. Not bad. And also, dare I say, decadent for a man dumb enough to think that something like that would go down a garbage disposal. Why is this not working? I kind of want that to be my catchphrase for the video. It's not the best, but, you know. Okay, that was embarrassing for me. Don't put that in. Robert Alton Harris, executed in 1992. His last words were, "You can be king or a street sweeper, but everybody dances with the Grim Reaper." A quote from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Sick, Robert. Keanu Reeves is the fucking best. Last meal, a 21-piece bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken, 2 large Domino pizzas, no anchovies, ice cream, a bag of jelly beans, a 6-pack of Pepsi, and a pack of Camel cigarettes. Disgusting, disgusting mouthfeel. Unbelievable. My God. Also, he murdered 2 innocent teenage boys who were in the Jack in the Box parking lot. This guy just screams corporate food. I mean, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Domino's, you got jelly beans, fucking Pepsi, and Camel cigarettes, and his fucking murder was in the Jack in the Box parking lot.
The franchise killer.
William Bonin. Bonin, I thought he was blown out. Executed in 1996, the famous freeway killer. He tortured, raped, and killed at least 21 boys. Okay. He would get male sex workers, young hitchhikers, and schoolboys into his truck. Them, then brutally them, often using their own t-shirts to strangle them. His last meal was 2 pepperoni and sausage pizzas, 3 servings of chocolate ice cream, and 3 6-packs of Coca-Cola and Pepsi. He raped this, he raped that, he strangled this, he strangled that. By the way, he got 2 big pizzas and some Coca-Cola. I just don't like how that ends, I guess. Gary Carl, his last meal consisted of a Pizza Hut Supreme Deep Dish Pizza, 10 packs of Parmesan cheese, 10 packs of ranch dressing. Dude, constipation. A family-sized bag of nacho cheese Doritos, 8 ounces of jalapeno nacho cheese, 4 ounces of sliced jalapeno peppers, 2 large strawberry milkshakes, 2 cherry cokes, 1 supersized order of McDonald's fries with extra ketchup and mayo, and 2 pints of strawberry ice cream. 29,000 calories. That is a recipe to be constipated. If anybody wants to repeat this and eat it, just know you're going to get constipated. That is so much dairy and cheese. Holy shit. Oh, and then John Spinklink requested Jack Daniels before his execution and was therefore given 2 shots of bourbon before being put to death. That's not a terribly unsmart thing. Get kind of drunk and then just kind of get faded away. You know what? If you're on death row, you're bound to be a pretty bad person. You know, and after reading this, I almost don't like it. I almost don't like that you get the final big whatever you want last meal, because it kind of goes out like you kind of got what you wanted in the end. Like, not necessarily the crime, but it's something where it's like one last thing to where it's like, yeah, I got mine before I went out. It's a little thing, but to me, after reading all this, it's weird looking at like the harsh crimes of something and then seeing how like lucrative or like specifically tailored these meals are and like to their wants and desires. I think it's just like, dude, you get a bologna and cheese sandwich with a Capri Sun. Fucking deal with it. Well, I want my last meal. Well, dude, you're gonna die. So sorry. No. Why don't you talk to me after the fucking service is what I would say. Pieces of shit. And then I'm gonna end this fucking video with this. I know you're probably wondering what mine would be. My last meal would be That's actually kind of a hard question. This is me shooting from the hip, so I haven't thought about this. I would say 3 wings and cheese fries from the Peanut in Kansas City with blue cheese, some chocolate pudding. I like chocolate pudding. I really do. Chocolate pudding is something I never buy, but then every time I'm like around it, someone's like, yeah, we got pudding. I'm like, no, yeah, take one like a snack pack. Oh, okay. If it's here, sure. I'd ask for a Crown Apple and Coke. That'd probably be it. I mean, what else am I supposed to? I'm not gonna go, like, I don't know.
Star Crunch.
I'd throw in a Star Crunch, why not? I'd mostly just want 3 wings and cheese fries from the Peanut. Would probably be a satisfactory last meal. Shout out the Peanut in Kansas City. That, or I wouldn't mind, okay, so it'd be either 3 wings and cheese fries from the Peanut, or it'd be a Totino's party pizza with some pudding. That's it, that's what ideal. That's what my thing would be. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Please, don't go on death row so I don't have to cover you in the future. Bye. Actually, I'm curious, below, if you guys can you actually put what your meal would be? I'm very curious to scroll through and read, hopefully, innocent people's last meal and kind of see what some of these things are.
Now, the real question is, what crime did you do to get the death penalty?
I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to speculate. Hi. Today I'm going on an odyssey. I'm going to try every fast food restaurant that's local to me and kind of see which one has the best pumpkin spice item. Surely they can't all taste the same, can they? I don't know. So today I'm dressed up. Hey, crip check.
On the rocks. Yes, sir. Wow.
My shoes here are $13 Chinese sandals that I got from a website that I'm pretty sure stole my information.
So I paid $220 just for this piece right here.
I got some Nike shorts that don't fit me as well because I'm getting fatter by the day.
This is like nothing like 25,000.
We got a scarf that's itchy as
This chain by itself is $150.
My hair got dead at Claire's, and I got a hat from Target also.
He ain't do me too bad. It's like 45.
If you think my isn't tight, you right. I'm loose as shit, boy. Come and get it. Eat this shit up, boy. Eat this shit up, boy. Okay. I'm ready to be fingered outside of Starbucks. Let's get it. Is that a good intro? All right, hop in. Watch out, tiny one. Get my pussy 8. objective is clear. Who has the best pumpkin spice drink? I'm not gonna pretend to know, like, I'm not an avid coffee drinker. I'm not gonna pretend to have the best palate, but for a fucking severely overweight guy, it might be kind of helpful for the whole nation who's all and fat too, to be like, which place has the best one? Actually, we should put some fucking money down on this. $2 bet that I mean, we don't have the most money in the world, you know? I mean, $2 is something we can throw around, right? Starbucks is gonna be the king. They're the ones who invented this shit. I'm saving Dunkin' for last because Dunkin' has the most infamous one. Dunkin' Donuts has the fucking like ice spice drink, whatever, that apparently has like 180 grams of sugar, which somebody broke down on TikTok was equivalent to 14 of their glazed donuts. That's insane. How we're gonna judge this though, it's gonna be a 3-scale system where it's how pumpkin-y does it taste? 2, like, basic bitch, does it pass the basic bitch white girl barometer test? Because I like fraps, dude. I'm not a guy who smokes black. I'm not a guy who drinks black coffee and smokes cigarettes. That's just, I'm not that guy. I like iced chai lattes. I like caramel frappuccinos. Like, if anybody has a good basic bitch barometer, it's me. And then lastly, general enjoyment. The later we go, we're gonna have to give some people a little leeway because after so many fucking drinks, after a while, I bet I'll be sick of it. But that's the scale system, and we're gonna go off that. We're gonna try to go to as many as we can. I'm calling this the pumpkin spice triathlon. Or the Pumpkin Spice Gambit. It's like that one movie with the guy who played Aragorn. And he rides that horse.
Hidalgo? Yeah.
It's like Hidalgo, but with drinking commercialized plastic coffee. It really has nothing to do with Hidalgo the more that I think about it. If I die during this, that would suck. Please upload the video if I do die. First up, Starbucks. What's your favorite fall song?
Fireflies.
Yours is? I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. 'Cause I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. What the fuck does that even mean? I'd rather stay awake while I'm asleep? Isn't that what he says? First round, dude. Starbucks. Let's go!
Starbucks, what can I get started for you?
Yeah. Can I get an iced pumpkin cream chai tea latte?
What size?
The smallest one you got.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that'll do it. What the fuck does he mean by fireflies, dude? Like, boys, don't be fucking that suspicious, dude. Fuck! 'Cause planet Earth. Hello, thank you. All right, first fucking drink acquired. I'm excited. Should I park and give my thoughts? Starbucks pumpkin chai latte. Pumpkin scale, I give it like a 2. The cold foam tastes more like cinnamon. General white girlness, I mean, it's Starbucks, so it's a 5 out of 5. Like, I feel fully in uniform now, holding the Starbucks cup. Fucking general enjoyment, 5 out of 5. This is a fucking nice drink, dude. Does it immediately scream pumpkin to me? Yeah, there's a little bit of pumpkin in there, but it's not like, oh my God, is this pumpkin? You could literally just call this the nutmeg cinnamon latte, and I feel like people would be like, oh my God. I can see what the hype is. I see why girls go fucking nuts. Why don't they just sell that every day? God, look how fucking dirty my finger. It doesn't feel seasonal.
I think it's because pumpkins are being made right now.
Dude, there is no way they're using real fucking pumpkin for that. That is definitely a chemical they made in a lab that they fucking squirt plastic into to inject into our fucking fat gullets, dude. Starbucks is trying to fucking trick us and be like, no, that's what pumpkin tastes like.
Think a corporation would do that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they can only grow pumpkins one kind of year, so. All right, Smoothie King is next. Oh, God. Oh, look, it's real pumpkin. Smoothie King is saying this is real fucking pumpkin. If it doesn't taste, we're gonna see. Can I have the pumpkin coffee high protein? Thank you. They said it was pumpkin coffee, but this just looks like a pumpkin smoothie. Let me pull in here. So they're saying that this is just pumpkin coffee, and they did, on the sign, they said that it was, they did say that it was made with real pumpkin. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why.
Be the most pumpkin-y.
It's weird. It's not bad. It was like, it tastes like a granola bar.
All right, where are we at on the pumpkin scale?
0. 0 on pumpkin. If that's made with real pumpkin, start putting the artificial shit in because that is fucked. White girl accessibility, 0.
It's definitely, that's not a white girl drink.
No, this is, for the white girl scale, like, listen up, honeys. If you're a white girl and you're gonna go meet your friends, like, let me stop and get a coffee, don't fucking stop at Smoothie King because you'll look like a fucking goon. If you're a white girl, it's Starbucks or bust. Or else you're gonna look fucking poor. You wanna look poor in front of your friends who are driving, like, Mercedes and Range Rovers and shit?
You don't think it tastes like a pumpkin pie?
You think so?
I think it kind of tastes like a pumpkin pie. It tastes a little bit like...
Well, now see, you're fucking gaslighting me because the more I drink it, the more I kind of taste the pumpkin. I can taste a little bit of the pumpkin. I would still go, like...
enjoying it though. It can't be a 0 for the general.
I wouldn't give it a 0 for enjoyment. Even if it was just a blended Nutri-Grain bar, it tastes pretty good.
It's going down smooth.
It does go down. Smoothie King. Hey, they are the smooth king. Dude, don't show that. I'd give it a 2. A 2 for pumpkin. I mean, like, I feel like I'm fucking up, but
So distraught right now.
I feel like I'm fucking up because I feel like I can't give it lower than Starbucks because Starbucks, that even tastes like pumpkin. So I'm going to give this a 3. You know what I think has fucked me up is I started with Starbucks and I got the fucking cinnamon nutmeg in my mouth and I was kind of like, is that what pumpkin tastes like again? And then Nick gaslit me, so I don't know how real this is, but my final scoring is going to be a 3. In terms of enjoyment, I mean, I drank it. Like, I'm not mad that I got this, you know. Fuck! Smoothie King, 303. Almost halfway there. You can't fault them for a fucking nutritional...
I mean, what we're expecting from Smoothie King, you know?
Not a lot. I actually thought it was going to be worse, if I'm being completely honest. Also, I don't know what the fuck is up with women. I've seen some bitches with some big Wendy's! The redheaded stepchild of the fast food industry. People who like Wendy's, unironically, they're usually drug addicts.
I like Wendy's.
So we're getting... Well, you've done a lot of drugs, Nick. I'm not trying to, like, point fingers, but you're a bad guy. That's what we're getting right there, baby. The Pumpkin Spice Frosty. Can I get the Pumpkin Spice Frosty?
$2.54.
Thanks. $2.54? That's kind of a fucking deal, isn't it? $2.54? Well, what if it's, like, obnoxiously small, and then you're like, oh, well, why the fuck did I pay $3 for this? God damn. Thank you, boy. Okay. I mean, look, the presentation, Wendy's, come the fuck on. If you're a big old girl, maybe you'll like this. Okay. Let me tell you something, dude. That little driplet right there, that tastes like tapioca pudding. That could also be part of, like, my salty ass fat skin, but I don't know. Oh, God, my sweater! God. I mean, look at this, dude. Look at my fucking hand. He gave me 2 napkins. He's like, it's a little overfilled. Am I... Sip that. Don't grab it because the lid will come off and you'll fucking get covered in pumpkin shit. Does that taste like tapioca pudding to you?
Yeah.
Taste that shit.
Weird aftertaste.
It tastes like fucking tapioca.
Oh, yeah. Spice they have in there.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna go back in there and shoot up. This is bad. I mean, like, pumpkin fucking 1? This is my theory, dude. They took a pumpkin powder, they fucking melted some tapioca pudding, and they mixed it in there, and then they froze up and blended it into some fucking frosty. In terms of presentation, this is I'm giving it a -1. -1 for white girl. And then general enjoyment, 0. I didn't enjoy any of this. What is that? What score is that?
That's a perfect 0.
No girl in general, no basic bitch is going to be like, yes. Also, it says Wendy's kick it with Fox Big Noon, like just the cup, everything. The little timid worker that was working the front, the little timid worker who was working the front window and he fucking handed this to me like it was poisoned. He was like,
It's a little overfilled. Take it. Take it. Have a good day.
all right, fucking 0. Goose egg. Wendy's is dead last. And you know what sucks even more? That redheaded bitch. I said I like a Frosty. Now Nick's sucking on it like it's a little fucking, like a baby in a tit, dude. Look at you over there. He's like this. Honestly, that was the biggest waste of money so far. $2.54 for that. They should be giving those away to punish people. Where's my hat, by the way? Where am I? Is this caribou coffee? Okay. Can I have a small iced pumpkin chai latte? Can I also just get some napkins with the order?
Some napkins? Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, see you at the window.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. She sounded nice. I hope she's cute. Fucking hell, dude, this fucking hat. I need one of those, like, park ranger hats that have, like, the buckle underneath it. Because those motherfuckers wear that hat, like, really far up on their head.
That's why they gave Luffy.
Shut up. Hello. $6.40 for a small coffee. Thank you. All right, boys. Caribou coffee. I'm not gonna lie, the fucking sugar is definitely hitting me. I've had way too much of it. And the caffeine, there's a lot of caffeine. I was trying to date this girl one time in high school that worked at a Caribou Coffee, and one time I got a Frappuccino up there, and I seriously had diarrhea for 3 weeks. That's not an exaggeration. It probably was a collection of things, because 3 weeks for food poisoning is absurd, but I've always just been like, I'll never go back. And here I am, first time. We got some syrup on the bottom, so I'm trying to spin that up a bit just in case. But presentation, for a white girl, 4? I think that you could probably look cute. A basic bitch would be like, oh yeah, it's Caribou Coffee. Actually 5. Got the blue straw with it. Very minimal design. You get to see the coffee. I'd say it's a 5. I'd say that. That is intense. Oh. That hits you in the face.
That's like inside a Michael's store.
Yeah, no, that is like, yeah, a Hobby Lobby.
I don't like that.
It's like grain alcohol. Oh my God. What the fuck, dude? In terms of enjoyment, that's like a 1. I'm not gonna finish this. This is disgusting. The people were very nice. So far, best service. I'll say that. People at Starbucks are nice too. Really, it was just the people at Smoothie King and the girl trying to get me to donate to her sick daughter that I was like, just kind of a bit off-putting. But did you taste pumpkin there? That's like
cinnamon and
literally, it's fucking cinnamon, and like Starbucks does the cinnamon and nutmeg in a way that's like really nice. Like I could probably have fucking 9 of those Starbucks pumpkin spices.
Diabetes.
This is fucked. This is like Chernobyl. This is like somebody left their fucking pumpkin spice latte out during Chernobyl, the fucking reactor, because I know there's gonna be some guy who's like, Chernobyl's the name of the city, asshole. I mean, pumpkin zero. That's horrible. It seriously tastes like when you go into a craft store and all of those little cinnamon broomsticks are out and it smells fucking horrible. If Cole's Cash was liquefied, this is what that would be. Liquefied Cole's Cash. That's what this is. That's terrible. And it was the most expensive one. That's the fucking most frustrating thing about it. How does my wife have so much like shit? Like one sip and I feel like that was the same mouthfeel as like the people of Pompeii. Caribou Coffee needs to be fucking put to sleep. Caribou Coffee's a 14-year-old lab dog. Time to put her down, all right? Starting to shake, its hips are giving out, can't fucking stand up by itself, shits and pisses where it sleeps. It's like, it's done. We're done. Hi, do you guys have a pumpkin spice drink?
No.
Oh, okay, thanks. I thought they said that they did.
7-Eleven, bitch.
The wig it's coming off. Maybe I'll put it on for another one, but right now, fuck. I don't know how people wear wigs, dude. It's fucking unbearable.
It's better than being bald.
No, it's not. Being bald rules. Have you ever shaved your head? Yeah. You like it? Did you like it when you shaved it? Why? Why didn't you like it?
I look like a skinhead.
I mean, you were a skinhead. What the fuck do you... That smells like a nice... Oh, smells pretty good.
Put a little cinnamon in there for you.
You tampered with it? We can't put that in the video. This is a non-tampered with pumpkin latte from 7-Eleven.
How much was it?
162.
Oh, wow. That's good. Basic bitch cup. This is a nice cup. Kind of stylish. I can see people accessorizing with this. Also got a little coffee bean on the bottom there. That's kind of fun. It says small. I give the basic bitch aspect of this a nice 3. Yeah. It's a nice 3. It just doesn't have this mistake. It's like the Walmart versus Target thing where it's like people perceive Target as being fancier than Walmart. So it's like people would look at this and they'd be like, you're a bum. Dare I say a 5 on the pumpkin scale?
Whoa.
This tastes like a fucking pumpkin. It has a little nutmeg taste to it, sure, but this is not here. Take a sip of that. I'm gonna have to go 5 on pumpkin. And in terms of general enjoyment, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
That's a fucking nice pumpkin coffee is what that is.
It's creamy.
You get a little taste of the coffee, you get a nice taste of the pumpkin. It goes down smooth. It's nice, fresh, hot coffee. I'm gonna give it a 5.35. 7-Eleven's pumpkin coffee is better than Starbucks, I'll say it. I'm picturing a nice, sleepy, hollow October morning. Nice fog rolling in. Still kind of waking up. I do one of these days, I'm like, oh, god damn. I'm like yawning, you know what I mean? Do one of those. Go in there, and then I fucking... That's heaven. That is, unironically, that's a fucking home run. Wow. You know, 7-Eleven, fuck's sakes, man. Yeah, no, that's the best one so far. I would have never thought. I would have never thought. The cheapest drink of the day. Dude, I could wear this shit, unironically, couldn't I? I look damn good. I don't want to be that guy, but I know, like, when you know you look good, and you're just like... You sit there too, and you kind of expect compliments. You ever had one of those days? Isn't that fucked up? Ooh, like yawning and shit, trying to make noise so people like look at you.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna grab that, but the hat that I have.
Yeah, my face doesn't get as burned since I got this hat.
Yeah, I'm trying to call attention to my hat.
Yeah. Especially when somebody like makes fun of the thing that you feel like you look good in. Nice fucking hat, Cruella DeVille. And I'm like, I don't look like this. This isn't Cruella DeVille's hat. Come on. Dairy Queen! No. There used to be one in my hometown I used to live in, but I think a guy got stabbed there and they shut it down.
They shut it down just one guy got stabbed?
I think it was a grisly murder that was like... People were like, I'm not going in there. Thanks, buddy. Have a good day. All right, I want to go on record right now and say that is the smallest thing. That was 536? 536 for this. Presentation's nice, though. It definitely tastes like pumpkin. Like, it tastes like pumpkin concentrate. Like those fucking cans. It definitely has that. It's good. It's fine. It's so middle of the road.
I give it a 5 for pumpkin. In terms of actual pumpkin flavor, that shit is like right there. It does taste like a pumpkin pie. Basic bitch aspect of it, I was gonna go low because it's Dairy Queen, but $5.36 for that small thing. Basic bitches love to overpay for stuff. So like right now, I give it a 3. You have to take some points off because it's like, there's no way you don't look like just a fucking fat idiot eating a fucking pumpkin frosty. Enjoyment, I mean, I would never eat one of these again. I mean, it tastes like pumpkin, but that's a lot of fucking money. I mean, enjoyment a 2. It doesn't taste bad, but the idea of like, does it take me somewhere else? Do I feel like I'm in Sleepy Hollow while I'm eating it? And the answer is no. 5, 3, 2. 10 out of 15. It's not the worst. I would be surprised if anyone had one of those and like, oh, I go back every year for them. Versus like Starbucks, people were like, oh, it's pumpkin spice, I'm gonna go back. All right, last one. Dunkin'
Donuts. America runs on
Ben Affleck's cock. He's been making a lot of cringy commercials with Ice Spice right now, trying to promote the pumpkin spice thing. Can I do the pumpkin spice ice signature latte? $5.24. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed because I know that Dunkin' Donuts is supposed to be the like economic version of all this shit, so it begs the question, why just wouldn't you go to Starbucks? But people say that they like Dunkin' Donuts coffee more than other shit, so we'll see. If you guys like Magic the Gathering and that kind of shit, which I do, because I love pussy and I love money and power and respect and loyalty. If you're in Kansas City, that is the best magic shop, action sports, games and more. Hey, have a good rest of your day. The last one, the most infamous one. Pumpkin spice here. I mean, even the label's orange. 2 pumpkins swivel, 2 vanilla shot milk, whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. AKA, I'm gonna cut off my left foot. The presentation's nice. Basic bitch aspect, especially with the whipped cream with the nice drizzle and all that. This is definitely a 5 in terms of basic bitch scale. Let's go in for the taste though, boys. Okay, pumpkin 0. I seriously don't taste any pumpkin in that. It's like a white chocolate latte. Boys and girls and they, thems, or whoever the fuck. I don't give a fuck who's watching. A good life lesson with this, dude. Looks aren't everything, right? She's a pretty girl, but her pussy stinks. It's a pretty guy, but he has a tiny dick and a bad personality. This is substanceless, dude. Absolutely fucking substanceless. I mean, like, they have caramel drizzle at the bottom. Why? Why would they have that there? Enjoyment? I feel robbed. I feel like I was like, oh, I'm looking for something pumpkin, and I got a vanilla latte with a bunch of like fucking throw up on the top of it. Even just to be like, oh, is it like a nice vanilla latte? I mean, like, no. That's the problem though I have with Dunkin' Donuts coffee in general though, is that it doesn't ever taste like coffee. This just tastes like a fucking sugary mess, which can be fine. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a hoity-toity guy. I mean, you guys can see me, I'm a fat fucking idiot. I like the nice processed bullshit and all that stuff just like everybody else, but this just sucks. Also, it feels so overpriced. If this was like $2 and you're like, I mean, it's $2, you know, you get almost $6 for this? Fuck that. I mean, I'd probably give it 1 just because they gave me it. Like, I feel like I could only give it 0 if it's like, we got the cup and it's like, there's nothing in it. I'll give Dunkin' Donuts that at least they weren't fucking Wendy's and an insulting barrage of fucking nonsense. I will say, as a final thought for just the driving segment here, drinking this much pumpkin, I don't think that's good for you. Like, not just the sugar thing, but like even just all of the different like weird pumpkins. There was definitely some pumpkin stuff where I was like, that could maybe be real. I mean, I'm sure it's all fake garbage, but I think that I'm tapped for the season. I like getting a nice pumpkin spice latte every once in a while, but man, my tongue feels like I put it up to a lighter or something like that. It just feels singed. Feels like my taste buds are just fucking completely depleted. So there you have it. We did it. 7-Eleven, who would have thought they had the best pumpkin coffee? I know this wasn't all about coffee, but it was about pumpkin drinks or stuff like that. I wasn't about to go to IHOP and get like fucking pumpkin pancakes and stuff. I wasn't gonna do any of that. Maybe for a future video that'll be that, but I'm surprised, man. The grand scheme of things, people are just still gonna go to Starbucks. You know what I mean? But all in all, seriously, that 7-Eleven drink is fucking amazing. Dunkin' Donuts and Wendy's, you should be ashamed. The fucking door should be locked. Everybody who works there should be thrown into the streets and fucking ridiculed like the Hunchback or Quasimodo. That part of the beginning, that haunting beginning sequence of Hunchback of Notre Dame. So, do you agree with this rating system? Do you not? What do you think? Have you had any of these drinks? I'm just trying to say this for engagement in my comments. All right, it's all I care. I really don't give a shit about what you have to say. I have my own opinion. You're not gonna change it. If I had to say anything though, I swear to God, go to 7-Eleven and get that coffee. It's actually really good. Until next time, have a great rest of your pumpkin season, and we have a lot of fun things in store for October. See you then. Bye-bye. I got my little pussies right here. That one's name is Pork Chop. We got Ginger Root. That's Apple. I lied about Ginger Root. I don't know what the fuck that one's name is. I know that one's Pork Chop because she just got done having a eye infection. She survived big time. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about fetishes again. I know. On this channel we talk about a lot of fetishes, okay? The internet's full of them. I love talking about them. You got furries, you got feet, armpits, balloons, and knees. Seems like a weird f***ed up like Mr. Rogers song or something like that. But today I want to talk about something that I can finally relate to. Finally, there is a fetish out there that feels right for me. Finally, something for me and my kin. And of course, I'm talking about feeders. If you saw me on my other video, you might have seen me eat a lot of stuff on this channel. I'm a big guy, all right? Disgusting. It's deplorable. You know, I'm not going to say healthy at every weight. I think that's f***ing stupid. I'm going to die of a heart attack very soon if I don't change my lifestyle. But I'm a dick dead. Feederism is a fat fetish subculture in which individuals eroticize weight gain and feeding. Hearing it, or at least saying it like that, I don't know if I would be a feeder because I am disgusted with myself every time I eat. We're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. We found a lot of different kinds of feeders in the subculture. This one in particular is very interesting, but very dirty at the same time. It's very odd. On r/death_feederism, what a fucking crazy deal. What are the signs that want us to come out and become an obese person? The world of feederism is attractive to many people, but many people have doubts about whether they should decide to gain weight. A person can notice that they feel pleasure in feeling fat, but sometimes it is difficult to know what they have to do if they should gain weight and become a fat person. What do you think would be the list of signs you should come out of the closet and become an obese person? You know, letting go and accepting that your destiny is to be an obese person. I do like how they're looking at being obese as like looking on like Kratos wiping off the prophecy on the wall and being like, I was meant to be this all along. That's like a fucking crazy brain rot take. How do I know just to strip the guilt away? I think your body's just being like, no, no. I lost a bunch of weight before. When I was super overweight, I slept way better. Could not be farther from the truth now. Now I'm choking, I'm gasping for air. This person's bringing up a good point. What are the signs that you need to come out, let it all go, and let it all in, technically, right? And there are two sides to the fetish dynamic. First, you got the feeders. And feeders are individuals who claim to be sexually aroused by feeding their partners. That's Nick. Nick to me. Nick gets hard watching me eat chicken sandwiches and do other stuff like that. Feeders are usually skinny males, but not always. But I do like how they are typecasted as skinny males. Usually the feeders are very skinny because they're like, I don't even want to eat the food. I just want you to have it. They are sometimes referred to as encouragers, essentially helping and enabling them to reach new weight goals. Love that. Wonder what the tier of weight goals are. Like when you go to the gym and you're lifting weights to become stronger, usually it's like 5-10 pound increments. You can't just jolt up. Your body's not going to be like, but with weight, I wonder if it's 20, is it 50, 100-pound goals? But it's the journey, not necessarily the destination that gets these guys off. So just because you're dating a big old chugger, a big old semi, a steamboat, a freight train, doesn't make you a feeder, all right? It's fantasizing about how big they will become. A feeder is someone who sees somebody now, and they look at how weak and feeble they are, and dream about how big they're gonna become. So just because you're dating a big old fatty McFatter, doesn't mean you're a feeder. You can still date one of them and hope that they become bigger, more enlarged, like a balloon. That's the feeder way.
Do you think there's ever been a feeder who they got so big and they regretted feeding that person?
It's definitely one of those like mad scientist moments or something. There's definitely been some person where they've like put the last piece of like pizza in their mouth. They're like this, and the person's like, oh my god, oh god, what have I done? What have I done? I think this is someone's ass. Honey, stop trying to escape me. Can't you see you're way too fat to get through the door? Get back into bed. I'm not done feeding you fattening food. What's up with you? You would not even be able to lift one leg up, you fat cow. God, how rude is that? First off, I just want to say that's insane. Also, I'm really sad that we didn't get the full copyright in there. Big cut. Maybe it's Big Cutie. First off, there's no way that this is actually any kind of clothing. Looks like they just draped one of those like luchador red flags over the back of this mass.
I was thinking it's a napkin.
You know, if you actually kind of like tilted this sideways, kind of looks like Metapod, like his mouth and stuff. If you drew an eye,
Metapod.
That giant vein, you only see that on the side of like a fucking bowl. Feeders are into every part of being with a fat partner, feeding them ungodly amounts of food, and feeders love to hear how full the partner is becoming. The more discomfort, the better. And here's a fun little video for this.
Big belly.
I don't like the end there, okay? I do like how feeders love to hear how full the partner's becoming. You very full? Oh yeah. I like that. Watching their partners play with their bellies is called belly play. I hate when we get into this territory, Nick, because it always sounds like some baby shit. Tummy time, belly play. Jesus Christ, dude. Literally, this is my build. I'd be a great feedee. Do you think that the feedees like to wear extremely tight clothing to show how fat they are? This is my personal hell. Someone recording me from a down-up angle, seeing every fold, my f***ing orangutan body, and some of my back fat slipping out as I'm chowing down on a f***ing Cuban sandwich. Holy shit. Oh, my insecurities are seeping through. My boy's jiggling up a storm here. What the fuck are you even drinking? You know what it kind of looks like? It looks like one of those fountain drink, and you do like a squirt of each of them. That's what it looks like. More belly play. This is pain. Squashing is the sexual attraction to being sat on or squashed by a fat person, which now it feels like we're almost getting to levels of vor, being squashed by a fat person. How do you end up at a place where you feel like gratified in that way by feeling you're going to be squashed?
It's like a weighted blanket.
You know, they say weighted blankets are used to help with anxiety.
Maybe they're anxious people.
Just a giant ass coming towards them. Ah, it's just like fucking huge ass pressing on their face. Or even hogging, which is the love of the hunt for a chubby person to take advantage of and start feeding. This is a little more predatory. I gotta find myself a fat one. You know what's weird is if I was a feeder, I feel like I'd want a kind of relatively skinny person that I would want to make fat. Is the appeal also that the person's kind of fat so you know their game? Like if somebody saw me as a feedie, they'd probably be like, well, that person already eats like a fucking cow. So they'd probably be down. I think it's the thing where it's like, if a feeder looks at a feedee, it's like buying a truck. Is it turnkey ready to be everything that I want? Or is it something I'm gonna have to put a ton of work into? Is it something that's like, the thing's not even fucking running? Like a totally gutted truck would be a skinny person. A King Ranch F350 would be a guy who's just like, yeah, I have diabetes. Feeders are always on the hunt for a new hog and congregate on forums like Fantasy Feeder or curvage.org. Actually, I do have a couple accounts on curvage.org, so if you find me there, don't message me. Even if they are dating the person, there are many addicted to the kink that will send feeder models money for food that they can eat on stream, getting their fix that way. That's kind of like a pay pig thing, right? Pay pigs are, I think, are into the humiliation kink, but it kind of feels like a pay pig in a way. Just giving people money so they can buy stuff and eat stuff on streams and stuff like that. I'm a pay pig to several people, mostly my wife. Am I right? Don't tell her I said that. National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance, ironically, even a non-profit organization promoting advocacy for fat people, ended up becoming a hub for feeders to find their match. You know, the people who started that are like, God damn it. It's kind of like one of those things, you make an app or something like that to keep children face, but then it ends up just being like a pedophile's playground or something. The feeders found that and they're just like, jackpot. Some think it was partly formed to help male fat fetishists and other fat admirers, FAs, find fat women to date and have sex with. I could see that. The crazy thing is this nonprofit was formed in 1969, which begs the question, how long have these people been among us? Walking around. Now I'm not even gonna be looking around and looking at some guy, some like skinny dude buying like a big old like 4 buckets of chicken and being like, who you feeding that to, dude?
Feeders have been around since the dawn of time.
Oh, dude, definitely. You know what's kind of the craziest thing, too, is kind of a trope is, like, scrawny guys that wear 3XL zip-up hoodies, like Volcom hoodies, Fox hoodies, and they're with, like, the biggest bitches. Little guys dating, like, people that are, like, way taller than them. They're just huge. I don't know. I think the fetish starts there. I think it gets you young. You look at something, you're just like, uh-oh, I think I found myself a peach. I think I found a hog. People have likened Feederism with the BDSM spectrum, where there is a domination/power dynamic. You sit there, it's like, I feed you, you rely on me kind of thing. Definitely, I can see that being a thing. We have a post here that says, don't get me wrong, being crushed by your feedie is great. Have you ever made a larder so weak that if they try to stand up without your help, they just plop back down to wherever they're sitting like the blobs they are? Too heavy to get up without building momentum, watching their belly swing right when it grazes the floor. The slightest push to their wobbly chest sends them crashing backwards. Cellulite dimpled ass spreading out beneath them, pinning them to the bed with nothing but your grip around their swollen wrist and the weight of their belly pressing against the muscle in their back. Pretty soon gravity will take over the job of keeping them pinned to one spot anyways. I do like the thing here. It says, new personal goal, get fat enough for someone to refer to me as a larder. Dude, you know what's f***ed up is I resemble this. I look just like this. I mean, some of them are cartoonish, but I could see myself. I'm getting there. Nick, be honest. Are you my feeder? You see me plop down and watch 12 seasons of The Office.
We are gonna do a candy ranking video soon.
We're gonna do a candy ranking video. Then we're gonna do a pizza ranking video. Then we're gonna do a cheeseburger ranking video. Over and over and over and over again.
She's a feeder.
So what if I like to feed my man a block of cheese a day?
A block of cheese a day? What? Oh, God.
Is that so bad? Yeah, is that so bad?
Yeah.
Are you mad?
More disgusted that they're British, but I feel like this is bait. I can't tell. I don't know, a block of cheese? Was that a block of cheese? I thought a block of cheese. I was thinking like some like cartoonish, like the big cartoon thing. Old boy's gonna have a heart attack. Dairy, no bueno.
Am I a feeder?
You sure are, well, baby, that's a bit too much cheese
You
for
just
me.
asked for
but there's
all of
fruit
them.
on there, so that means it's okay.
He begs me for food all the time, all day long. He just keeps going, keeps saying, "Can I have a drink, baby? Can I have a sandwich?"
I told you like it now, yeah?
This is interesting. Usually with some of this stuff you can see if it's bait or if you're doing it for likes or whatever. This might actually be like a humiliation fetish. You got some like Nikocado vibes kind of going, whatever, a little bit. POV, you accept the fact that your man is in fact a feeder, but is all good because free food and cigarettes. Oh, and she just ate the thing off her tit. There is a fantasy for many with the kink called consensual immobility, which is just, I guess, being turned on by people being completely immobile. Immobility goals. Make me feel fat to the point where my weight becomes your excuse to make me feel sedentary. Oh, I'm too heavy for the chairs at a restaurant and I can't fit in the booths? Might be best to stay at home where I can sit on the couch or lay in bed. I'm sure they deliver anyways. None of my clothes seem to fit like they should. Why worry about decency if the only person around is you? I could just throw on some pajama pants with a t-shirt and doesn't go over my chest. I can't fit through the bedroom door frame. Not a problem. I can try to push myself through later. Why not go back to bed where you can bring me my snacks I wanted? It's taking a lot of effort to get out of bed. Why bother struggling to get up when you always offer to get what I want? You always say how I shouldn't waste calories on such trivial things. That's my life. Lazy fat ass is the guy's name. I think you might be the perfect immobility candidate. Certainly the perfect one for me, that's for sure. This would be magnificent. Goal sets for greedy piggies like you. Have trouble looking down because of your double chin. Have an ass so fat you need at the very least 2 chairs to support you when stuffing yourself. How f***ed up it would be if, like right here, there was actually 2. I'm sitting in 2 Herman Miller chairs. It's double the ergonomics, okay, God? Have a belly so big it makes it impossible to see the scale no matter what you try to do. Make your back bariatric scale say error to celebrate all the new lard engulfing your body. Have a mobility scooter or a bariatric wheelchair to save the calories you would have lost while waddling around. Waddling and chortling around. Condition yourself to oink when you need more food or f***s. Oh. The cringe there is oink oink. Do you want snacks or fucks? Fuck me! Suck down at least 2 sticks of butter per day. It can only do wonders for you. Oh my God. Those are only a small number of goals to set yourself as a growing piggy, but don't be shy to add more in with the comments. Every feedie needs inspiration to push themselves to their limit. Wink. Let's normalize 600 pounds and show everyone how it's done, you magnificent piggies. The fattened pig says, would you like to be a part of my flock? I'll make your belly bigger. Oh God, they actually have a fucking number there? Oh shit. I want this immobility bed to live in. So that's definitely you take a shit through that, right? And you know what's fucked up, Nick? And I feel bad for it does look very comfortable. It looks like it could be very soft and looks cushiony. I would actually like to do it. Which a lot of feeders literally want to make their partner so fat that they become literally immobile and depend on them entirely. Someone said, it's a feeder's duty to keep his immobile glutton constantly fed, even if they are full. The odor that comes with having such a fat glutton just comes with the territory. There's no excuse to take a break from feeding. This is pretty fucked up. We're only on the feeder side. We haven't even talked about feedies yet. Moving them around, making them food, grabbing them things, etc. Some feeders have even expressed how their feeders will put cake or foods they like just out of reach so they have to struggle to get it, which just turns them on. No wonder my wife does that to me, dude. I get so worked up trying to grab like Pete's rolls. Hey, wait. Oink oink! Oink oink! You want snacks or snacks? Oink! Which finally we're getting into feedies, which is the other half of the feederism dynamic. These are people that are eating it. These are the prize pigs. They're kind of controlling everything. It's your duty to fatten up people. But I'm curious to see what a feedie, what their kind of responsibility is. Feedies are individuals who claim to be sexually aroused by eating, being fed, or the idea or act of gaining weight. If every time I gained weight I got hard, that'd be crazy. I think about eating a lot too. My ass would be just chubbed up all day. This would be f***ed up. Feedies want to gain as much weight as possible, sometimes referred to as gainers. Hell yeah. Gainers, I don't know if I like gainers as much. At first I was like, oh, I feel like that's gotten taken over by swole guys. Gains, getting gains. My fantasy. I wish I was a female slave. Here we go, we're already in it. Forced to be my master's pet. No matter what my master said, I would have to do it. Fill me up with himself or a hose. Any hole, anything. He would fatten me up slowly, but walk me around everywhere. I would be stuffed 24/7. My master would watch as I start to struggle walking. I would start to get stuck going through doors. He would watch me struggle to catch my breath as I am constantly soaked with sweat and grease. My calves would slowly encase my feet and my thighs would cover my knees. My stomach would hit my knees as I struggled to waddle and my breast would go down to my hanging belly button. Holy shit. My upper arms would sag and look like big pillows. Eventually, as my master's pet would be unable to move, I would become a mobile stationary pig pleasure center. I would physically be unable to stop my master from doing anything even if I wanted. I could only grow. That's like the end to a fucking Junji Ito comic, dude. This is fucking crazy. The first guy, I love this. Oh god, that's fucking hell, that's hot. Do you think part of the feedies experience too is like the idea of having a heart attack? Do you think that sexually arouses them?
Yeah.
The idea that their heart could just explode from how fat they're getting?
The dangerous act.
That is, yeah, that's living on the edge is them just literally like, at any moment, I'm gonna push over the edge to the other side. Some feedies say that they gain a sense of agency in their lives to decide to be fed and gain weight. From interviews, many feedies appear to be women who have struggled with their weight in the past and were often ridiculed. But now, as feedies, they are able to live shame and guilt-free. Plus, the feeders worship their bodies, which can be empowering for them. I really like how the idea of like, you just simply cannot improve yourself, so you're just like, I'm just gonna go the completely opposite direction. Actually, I'm doing a really good job. Oh my god. Fat Misty. Get you a girl so fat her feet have rolls big enough to keep her feet off the floor. Oh, hell yeah. That's a damn good looking leg. I didn't know it was a leg at first, but I'm glad that I know it is now. I like how the image of a woman's leg is marked as not safe for work. They're just like, don't open this at your job. She's so damn hot. Literally a Michelin. That bitch got tires. I want an lymphedema so bad like her. It's that thing that I refuse to go to the doctor about. Remember that? They're split into two categories, the feedies are. The BBWs, big beautiful women. The SSBBWs, that sounds like Nazi big beautiful women, doesn't it? Supersized big beautiful women. Though male variants exist too, the SSBBW level is what every serious feedie wants to be. It's a supersized one, dude. That's got it. Supersized got to be somehow retaliated to the old McDonald's sizes, right? Supersize Me. Remember that documentary? That fake, that fraud, saying that McDonald's will make you fat. Oh.
Yeah, he ate 6,000 calories a day. No shit.
Yeah, no shit, asshole. For example, we have Nikki here, who's a 700+ pound gainer. Hell yeah.
Not big enough.
She's a bit small for me. For breakfast, Nikki typically enjoys eggs, grits, ham, bacon, sausage, and pancakes. Sounds delicious. This makes me sad. We have Donna Simpson, a gainer who wants to become the fattest woman alive. Donna has now decided to lose weight after breaking up with her fiance. But what a fucking coward. She plans to lose 170 pounds to reach her target weight of 370 pounds. Wonder if it happened. Good luck, Donna. In 2006, Donna met Philippe Gwamba. Hopefully I said that right. In an online chat room for overweight women who stated he's always been attracted to big women, but Donna is my fantasy. Hell yeah, dude. I like that. In 2010, Simpson even won the Guinness World Record for heaviest woman to give birth, where she weighed 532 pounds when she gave birth. And when she gave birth there, the goal-winning weight was 532 pounds when she gave birth. How big was the baby?
It was crushed.
If you're that big, there's no way the baby's not getting some of those fucking calories, right? It's a 74-pound baby. Comes out like a monster. After the pregnancy, she decided she wanted to weigh 800 pounds and has since upped the goal to 1,000 pounds. The pregnancy procedure revealed that she had diabetes and high blood pressure. Yeah, well, that's weird. Really? That's odd. But that hasn't stopped Donna from reaching her goal, and Gwamba is her biggest supporter in her journey. Yeah, he's just like, go, baby, go! Simpson says she eats 12,000 calories a day, and the cost of food for her family is about $580 to $750 per week. And that's probably all just like fast food and shit. About, well, hey, with prices at the grocery store nowadays, who doesn't spend that much per week, am I right? Trying to eat organic? Try doing that, dude. When they heard about Donna, a magazine editor said they wanted to buy her a Christmas dinner for her and her family. 30,000 calorie meal consisted of 2 25-pound turkeys, 2 maple glazed hams, 5 pounds of mashed potatoes, 10 pounds roasted potatoes, 5 loaves of bread, 5 pounds of stuffing, 3 liters of gravy, 3 liters of cranberry dressing, and 20 pounds of vegetables. Put those in the goddamn trash. Reportedly, it took Simpson and her family only 2 hours to finish the whole meal. And yes, she is still alive today, so get that out of your fucking mind, dude. But I will say, she has decided to lose weight ever since leaving. Poor Donna. She was right at the tippity top. She turned her back. Turned her back on her only goal. And people, you know, the feeder community has gotten so big that they've even made like a weird crime horror film called Feed. And we'll put a clip up of that.
Say it.
Feed me.
Say it again.
Feed me.
And so if you want to go and watch that film, feel free. Back to our roots of doing movie reviews here. Reddit, surprisingly, is a huge place for the feeder community, where people can go, they can chat, and they can reminisce on how cool it is being a feeder. There's no way we can show this. Just two pigs going at it. That's the top comment. Just two pigs going at it. Oh my god, you two are so plump and gorgeous. I need a girl like this, or perhaps two in my life. I mean, there's a man or woman for anybody. These little motherfuckers will just crawl into any space and plague up these comment sections like nobody's business. You both are gaining very nicely. We'll love to see both you beauties at over 500 pounds soon. Okay, this reads like a fucking creepy scientist or something like that. This reads like a creepy villain in a horror movie. The shorter beauty at over 550 pounds. Keep eating up, beautiful girls. Oink, 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 oink! There's also feeders out in the wild.
We all share the same bed. Justin sleeps in the middle.
Did you just see what? Here, come look at what I just saw. Look at the most replayed part of this video right here. This is the most replayed part. Watch this.
We all share the same bed.
I saw someone doing that at Disneyland in the Indiana Jones.
I saw that, the video of it, whatever.
No,
you saw it in person? Oh my god.
I was in 8th grade, and this couple, the guy was putting his hand like in her ass, down the pants. It was an hour wait too.
I like how you said it was an hour wait too. And that's not even the worst part. The line was an hour long. Lastly, on the feederism chain is the death feederism, or the fallout. And this is where feederism takes a dark turn. Is this our first dark turn? I can't tell. An extreme kink here is death feederism, where literally the entire goal is to feed someone so much that their body gives out and just dies. That's the kink. And I guess that maybe you hold off, it's the biggest nut of all. And many, after being in the feeder community for a while, realize that the lifestyle is unhealthy and safe.
Feederism is a kink, like a sexual kink regarding feeding someone generally for the purpose of them being fat or getting fat or gaining weight. And the thing about this guy is I think he was into what's called death feederism, and death feederism is what it sounds like. It's feeding someone to the point of getting so fat and so big that they die.
The idea too of someone being groomed into it is pretty crazy. At first it's acceptance, a false sense of security, and then all of a sudden they do it too much, and to the point where it gets so toxic that yeah, you find out that you're completely roped into some person's kink or fetish is fucking horrible and sad. Death feederism and that kind of thing, of people having the kink of feeding someone to death, is just unfucking believable. I feel like a lot of people are gonna see like the blurred lines. Where does it end? With some people who are like, oh, I'm not a part of death feederism, but I do want you to be as big as you can possibly be, and it's never gonna be enough. And it sucks because I feel like this entire fetish in this community and stuff preys on people who are insecure, who are already struggling in other kinds of ways. And it feels like it's a completely imbalanced thing where it's a feeder's kink and being in control and in power, and a kind of weird lopsided part of a relationship to somebody who is being enabled to carry out extremely bad habits that are very hard to break. You know, a lot of people say, even to me, you know, like I said, I'm a big guy, put the fork down. It's easy, just don't eat that much, whatever. When people don't realize the emotional and psychological tie-ins that like doing this arbitrary thing has. To have people come in, prey on these people, it's just sad. And especially to be swayed and be put into a position where you yourself want to be as unhealthy and as big as you possibly can be. It's just, it's all in all just sad, and it's such a fascinating facet of, I guess, human attraction or even like internet culture, you know what I mean? That's my video on feeders. I'm sure there's a lot more out there, but I really can't stomach it. And you know what I've decided is that I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna lose weight to where I can be the skinny guy and finally become a feeder. Tired of being the feeding. Nick keeps feeding me all this goddamn stuff, and it's time that I lose the weight and become a feeder myself. I'll lose all the weight, become the feeder, and get you all big and stuff like that. And we'll just keep going back and forth until one of us just fucking kicks the bucket. How's that sound? But on that note, I want to thank you all so much for stopping by and watching the video today. Love yourself, be good to yourself, stay healthy, and you know, I just don't be a feeder.